tell me anything for real in these interviews, or is this all just BS? Because the audience wants to know real answers.
For real, like we really just forgot about Centaur for a little bit when we prepped.
Okay. Don't smile. Don't smile. We're going to get into the game. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see if this will remind them about Collapse Centaur.
Welcome to the grand finals here at PGL Wallachia Season 6, MOUZ versus Team Spirit. That interview made all of us dumber. Sunsfan here with Cinderin. Welcome, Cinderin.
I like the development of the interview meta, where instead of Slacks trolling the players, they're finally catching on. They're like, what if we just did it to him?
Yeah.
We've reached peak interview skills from multiple players now, and I hope they continue to challenge Slacks, because I feel like he deserves it. He's been getting away with this for way too long.
Yes, this is true. Do you think they actually forgot about Centaur, Cinderin?
No way. It's like the hero of the tournament. There's no way.
It is possible, you know, technically.
Sure.
I love the technical aspects of the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously hiding things, and maybe, you know, after the series, we can have that interview. If they win, we can ask again, and if he says we forgot again, then,
Yeah, okay.
then he actually did.
Yeah.
But yeah, here we are in game. Cool drafts from both sides. We get to see a Drow Ranger for the first time. Centaurs had a 100% win rate apparently, basically winning every single game.
At least for these two teams, I think both Boom and Collapse have not lost on it.
Yeah,
I think Collapse has played it fewer times. I could be wrong about Boom. Collapse is definitely 3-0. We saw that earlier.
It's going to counteract against the win rate of Disruptor, though, which is absolute hot garbage.
Yeah, that hasn't looked too hot. And, well, for me, there's actually the one thing that stands out to me the most in this game with these two drafts is Yamich playing Jakiro. Because when we've seen MOUZ in a lot of their games, we've talked about this in previous casts, how Kaori's hero pool has been relatively limited but been extremely effective. It's not that he can't play other stuff, they just have this archetype of what they want to do, where Kaori has been playing this Jakiro, Warlock, etc. This support duo is a little bit, I would say, unusual for this team to run.
It's less playmaky, right?
Yeah, Yamich in general would play, you know, your Pudge, Tusk, these kinds of heroes that have a stun setup, whatever. This is a slightly different take, which I think Spirit were not expecting. But there also is a question of how well practiced are MOUZ with playing like this, because it does change your overall game style quite a bit when you swap one of your most playmaking players onto a Jakiro.
Well, we'll find out pretty shortly if this is going to be a success or not. I'm sure we're going to be seeing some drastic... This is the thing I love. With game number 1 of a best of 5, we're going to see so much development in terms of the picks and the bans as this goes through. By game 5, we're going to be like, why is this... Like, if we were shown the draft for game 5 now, we'd be asking, why the hell was this hero banned and or picked?
Yeah, we would have been asking in game 5, how did they forget about Centaur? But apparently that's...
Yeah, how many games will Centaur get through? Find out here at PGL Wallachia Season 6.
Dr. Dre actually wanted to go for that originally, but his label told him that Forgot About Dre has a better ring to it than Forgot About Centaur. So here we are. It's unfortunate. I think I could have also made a splash. Time for the Wisdom. Oh. Excuse me. The Wisdom Flower. The
Lotus. Trying to run this off. Rue will secure the Lotus. No kill yet for either side.
This is an exceptionally strong lane. Centaur, Snapfire. Massive burst. You got to be super careful with approaching this lane. It's pretty rare that you have a melee offlaner and you feel like you can win against Troll, but I actually think this lane is winnable for Spirit. The Naga matchups, you can tell, is not enjoying Snapfire. 2 AoE abilities when you level up against all the illusions. You can't really use those very well to pressure if you wanted to. Probably not going to see Kaori even try to put pressure with them, really. It's a nice skill to have for blocking camps or manipulating waves, so you still want to skill it, but...
All right, let's talk about the carries for a bit. Let's start with the Drow Ranger, as Yatoro is playing that. We have not been seeing this hero at all. What makes it a good pick this game?
I think what Spirit were looking... Okay, hang on. Mid one might actually choose to chase this one the whole way down. He has a third... Yeah, that's pretty good.
One more raise for the road.
Mission accomplished. You're kind of low on resources, but you have access to the second water rune unless anybody moves over there right now from the top lane. It doesn't seem to be the case.
Yeah, how much CS is he going to miss here is the real question.
Yeah, he's already losing this lane significantly on Laurel, which is a given. I think if you don't crush this lane on Shadow Fiend, you shouldn't pick the hero. So mid one is delivering to expectations here, 26 and 12.
It's going to be a full wave.
Yeah, this is definitely bad for Ember, but it was a risk Spirit clearly were willing to take, they're not surprised by this. Unless they forgot about Shadow Fiend, which, you know, if that's going to be the topic of the day is, actually we've been praising these players and coaches for years, but they're just pressing random buttons.
Yeah.
Would make me feel a lot less impressed about drafting in general.
Well, Laurel is back in lane, but yeah.
Oh, I like this from Yamich. This could be a very good rotation. It's unexpected at this time. It's generally around 6 that you do it. Laurel?
Yeah, with the dual breath, just a little bit of extra harassment for the road. It's going to likely stick around for that 6-minute power rune.
It seems that was communicated quite well by the side of Spirit that Jakiro was missing from top because Laurel was playing defensive at a point where you would probably try to get at least one of those creeps with the Sleight of Fist. So, was aware of the risk.
Yep, it's going to get some XP.
Another rune.
Mid one gets the bounty here.
Yeah.
So 30 seconds away from what I would assume is going to be first blood. Depending on how many members Spirit wants to send over.
Yeah, I don't know what the slowest first blood we've had in the tournament has been. For you and I, it's generally been around like 6 something.
I think we had a post 10 minute, didn't we?
Oh, did we?
Maybe I'm just making that
No,
up.
I don't think that was the 2 of us. The tournament might have had one.
Oh, okay.
Well, they're going to try to put on the pressure here. Kaori will cover the bottom rune, but he's going to meet some opposition through Rue.
Yep, and it might cost him. Shield rune is taken by Panto on the other side as Kaori trying to walk this off, but the first blood ends up going to Laurel.
Prophesized. This is really good news for Spirit. Not only do you get Laurel on the board in a game that he's struggling in, you also deny the rune away from Shadow Fiend, who now doesn't have so many resources. And actually, mid one will be waddling back to base, so Laurel will effectively recover almost entirely in a super losing matchup. You could see from the gold breakdown, even though he got first blood, he was still 600 behind the Shadow Fiend. But that gap's going to narrow, and once you get 6, all of that threatening potential triple race combo Shadow Fiend could pull on you shouldn't really happen anymore. So I think job well done. As far as I'm concerned, this is a way better than expected outcome in mid at 7 minutes.
Yeah, definitely a nice way to catch up, and it looks like both Wisdom Shrines will go to their respective teams, so no crazy things to start. Anyway, back to the conversation about the carry versus carry matchup. Drow Ranger for Toro. This is a hero, again, haven't seen a whole lot of. What makes it good?
She's pretty damn good against Troll. You just play on super high range. You have a natural knockback with the Gust. You want to buy Pike. You're also, you know that you're presented a relatively easy lane against Tide. There's some offlane matchups for Drow that can be really spicy. Tide, you do well against the whole game, pretty much, because once again, you're just playing on range. So I really think it's a great pick this game, and my biggest concern for MOUZ in all of this is they don't have any backline jump.
Rue TPing to try to deal with these 2 members of MOUZ, but yeah, the Scatter Blast missing there.
It's like, if you think about stereotypical atrocious matchups for Drow, my number 1 of all time is Brood, and number 2 is probably Lycan, right? These like 2 offlaners that just get hyper mobile, they run at you, they remove your ult, and they just eat you. There's nothing like that in this game. The only thing that can really catch you is Song of the Siren, but at that point you have Stampede, and you can also counterplay it with itemization. So I feel like if MOUZ don't pull ahead in this earlier portion of the game, I actually really like Spirit going down the stretch. Also because it's Spirit. They're probably...
Oh, what is this? He's actually committing. Nope. Will Remnant away mid one pretty low, and Laurel can just pop that regen rune.
Yeah, he's just leveraging this to get
actually hits, and now the Remnant to try to finish the top of the Fairy Fight to keep him alive. Laurel, with the help of the Stampede, gets taken out instead by mid one first with the raise. It is a trade, as Rue attempting to run away now, but Boom has brought his fat body into the mid lane, and that's going to secure the 2nd kill for MOUZ.
Yeah, maybe jumping the gun there a bit on Ember. I feel like you could have potentially waited a little bit longer to get more out of your regen, but he wanted to make the move, and seemingly got surprised by how low damage output he had. Then they kind of have to panic Stampede. They run through. At the very least for them, they do trade, but that could have absolutely gone better. But yeah, I'm trying to kind of wrap my head around. You look at this MOUZ lineup, right? What do you see? I feel like this is a stand in one spot and cast all your stuff and blow the enemy team up kind of draft.
Yep.
You're playing into Ember, who's super elusive, Drow, who's really far in the backline, and then you have Stampede. So I just think Spirit have really good tools later in the game, and by extension, for MOUZ, a team that, in my opinion, probably has been the best team of the tournament in the first 10 minutes. They are somewhat only breaking even in this one. I think if you add those 2 things together, Spirit should be feeling quite comfortable right now. But for MOUZ, Give them another 10 minutes. They hit a big timing between Tide, Shadow Fiend, and probably a Song of the Siren. That will be the moment to strike and find a big win.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Mid one, level 8 on this SF. Yeah, they do have the wombo combo potential from MOUZ.
Yeah.
As you can see, the Searing Chains onto Boom. He's alone versus the 3 members of Spirit. Kite him a bit with Yatoro. Actually going to use the Ravage. Panther does he have the vision for the glimpse? Well, the Searing Chains holds him in place, pops the Kraken Shell, and that means, well, he's resigned to his fate. Can he get the deny on the Ancient is really all it comes down to.
No.
As Yatoro will claim him. And that's a Ravage down. It's going to cost them the tier 1.
Yeah, it's honestly kind of solid space from Tide. Now that I see the result in mid, I kind of like the Ravage. I didn't like it until there was this trade-off. Because like buying yourself 15 seconds there is kind of inconsequential if your team isn't using it for anything, but getting a full mid tower is quite good. And you were unlikely to use that Ravage for anything else in the next 2 minutes. That's often what's worth keeping in mind about these big ultis in the early game. I think sometimes people are a little bit too stingy with them, and it's like, well, what are you saving it for? Like,
yeah,
does it matter? Like, you can even Ravage to kill a 5, and I think that can be fine if there's no need for it anyway. Yep, a lot of stacks. This is unsurprising. As a matter of fact, the same amount for both teams, 9 and 9.
Yeah, both carriers can take stacks quite easily. If Boom falls behind, he can take the stacks. He's going to get glimpsed into the kinetic field. We'll pop the Kraken Shell as Rue trying to get the Mortimers on his face. It's enough, actually. It's going to cost Rue his life, but certainly worth it. Now that's a back-to-back death for Boom, who I think inarguably was the MVP of the last series.
Oh, there is the song set up.
Mid one, TP's coming in, wants to get the Requiem right on top of the Drow. Gets it off just in time. Well-timed overall from MOUZ. They blow up the Drow Ranger. As Collapse, well, he's pretty healthy, so they can continue to fight and try to counteract this a bit. Mid one, starting to run out of mana. Chrysalis is actually on the high ground, just waiting for somebody to overstep. Root TP's in, gets the Scatter Blast off, but that's all he's going to be able to provide on these cores of the MOUZ side.
It looked a bit dodgy with the Centaur TPing in next to a Requiem combo, but obviously Collapse knows the limits and is very tanky, and yeah, look at the damage output. Just nice and easy combo there for the SF. Of course, the play that you just saw will become more and more difficult to pull off as defensive items come out. Drow will later down the line be getting herself a Pike or a BKB or both. And then that will... It's a matter of striking now while you're in a good spot for MOUZ. And they have Ravage again, so perhaps we'll see them try to open the top tower once more. Either now or maybe they wait for 15 minutes so they have a siege creep. Are all trying to be annoying, but...
Well, he's going to be brought back into a Ravage, actually hitting 3
that's
members.
a good static
Disruptor ults
storm.
right on top of them, though. Laurel looks to be dead, though, and there's not going to be any more action coming out from Spirit, although mid one gets Scatter Blasted at the last moment. Thought he might tick out, but Root finishes the job. So 1 for 1, mid for mid.
That looked like Laurel got caught off guard by an Ice Path. I think he was trying to stretch that as long as possible before remnanting out. He has the remnants, but didn't expect the Ice Path from Yamich. Jakiro in many ways it's probably been the support of the tournament, I would say. Just being prioritized by loads of teams for its ability to push towers early, but also Ice Path has found, in my eyes, surprisingly big success in the games. There's just so many clutch fights.
Has to go in melee range to try to counteract the Mortimer's kisses, but the right clicks will likely suffice. Scatterblast misses, it matters not, as mid one. Not sure if he's going to be able to get this. No TP's coming, though, so I guess he will. Has the facet to slow them down with each raise. Mid one claims his target. Chrysalis has his Battle Fury. Got it a couple minutes ago. Pretty good timing. We'll be going for... Looks like a Yasha into the BKB, and then likely to finish off the S&Y, unless you think Manta is needed this game, which against Gust, I mean, you're going to go for BKB, so...
Yeah, I know MOUZ have found good success with Troll in this tournament. It doesn't quite hit the spot for me in this game in terms of its matchups, but if you can enforce the right type of fights, of course. Troll is looking for mainly 2 things in the game, right? He's looking for lockdown, so he gets to hit the enemy targets, and he's looking for enemy heroes that don't inherently just kite him with their kit. It's one thing if your team can lock them down, but ideally they also, you want them to not be too slippery on their own.
Is under attack.
Stampede, Ember, Glimpse. It's definitely not the easiest troll game. The lane was fine. It's always going to be a challenge to do well against Snap Centaur, so that he definitely passed the bar on that one with this pick, but you and I both are not the biggest troll enjoyers as a concept with the ult. We both miss having control of him.
Yes.
Can't say...
I love the hero, though.
Yeah.
Everything else about him is awesome.
He's one of your two favorite carries, right? Troll and Lifestealer, I think? Is that right?
Yeah, that's probably about right.
Yeah.
I mean, the Aghanim Scepter on this hero is just fascinating, very game-dependent. This game probably doesn't make that much sense. It's good against Searing Chains to dispel yourself, take off Flame Guard, but...
Yeah, it's likely not worth it. You're going to need to stat up heavily to try to fight this Drow. You might actually want to buy Blink in this game at some point, I would think. On the Troll.
Smoke from MOUZ. Yotaro will be the perfect target. Panto, though, breaks the smoke. Actually uses his ult. He's going to die. Interesting that he used it. There actually dies to the neutral. Wow. Okay.
Outplayed.
I guess the Disruptor ult was needed.
Well, they couldn't last hit him with raises because he was silenced, so...
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
sometimes you get lucky.
Dire's top tower is
It's all good. MOUZ will now take the top tier 1. So they are very much so playing into this mid-game timing of their lineup that we talked about. They are very strong right now. Spirit are going to largely be uninterested in taking team fights because they're, you know, you just look at what you're up against. It's like crazy combos and big damage ults. So they will mainly be playing the map and trying to solve the overall draft situation through itemization. And that's always going to be the big thing at the highest of levels, and we are in a grand finals here. The teams are expected to recognize when they are strong and weak. So you can expect MOUZ to continue pressing the issue as much as possible, and Spirit will try to dissuade them through split pushing waves or finding skirmishes, poking and prodding where they can. Boom actually...
They'll activate it. It means the Mortimers are going to be way easier to hit. Slow to a crawl. Boom is just a free kill for Spirit.
Yeah, forgot he wasn't playing Centaur, so he can die.
Can't blame him. He played a lot of Centaur this
He's been playing a solid amount of Mars.
Yeah, his Mars was
Really, really good last
unbelievable.
series.
That's the best performance, I think, of the tournament. But speaking of the Centaur, we have a Blink Dagger for Collapse to go along with his Blade Mail Helm. Seeing a lot of people not opt for the Blink Dagger at this stage even, but Collapse staying true to Centaur and his hopes and dreams. Of course, he's the one that kind of brought the Aghanim Scepter onto the scene, I want to say like a year and a half ago. He's one of the first people to build that semi-consistently.
It's actually super cool with Drow in this game, if you
It's
think
really-
about it.
yeah.
The way MOUZ are going to win this later will be through getting on top of Drow and killing her, but if Centaur has Blink BKB cart, he can, even through a song setup, he can just protect her guaranteed.
Yeah.
So I expect that to come out. He does have a Lotus queued up now as well, which obviously makes sense. Has been a really strong item this tournament. You can get rid of Ensnare, you can get rid of all of Jakiro's garbage, Gush, Slow from Troll. You get the armor, which is great. Panto,
Panto.
ambitious TP almost
Ooh,
worked.
close.
Wow, I did not think that was going to be that close, but they do get him.
Pipe almost there for Boom. And I wanted to talk about the Shard for him. I think that's going to have to be a very effective usage in this game in particular. I mean, how does that work against Hurricane Pike for Drow? If you jump on top, put the anchor on her.
You can still pike the tide away and get knocked back yourself, right? I think?
I'm not exactly sure.
I mean, we've learned one new interaction this tournament at least, which is that it's almost impossible to put a pulverized hero in a cart.
Yeah.
Which
Makes sense.
When you think about it, it does make sense with how pulverize works, because you can't like force staff people that are pulverized. They're kind of anchored to the ground, and when you're putting them in the cart, you're moving them slightly. But supposedly, from what I heard, it is possible, which makes less sense to me. If it just never worked, that would be okay.
That's hearsay.
I was like, yeah,
We
sure.
have not seen evidence of this.
No, it might have just been fabricated. Crystal is
Quite possible.
very hard to kill here.
Yeah,
he has BKB.
He has BKB, Searing Chains on him. Already at half HP. Will pop the BKB and the ult, as that is kind of the counter.
Didn't
to
ult.
Team Spirit. They can just run away.
He still has it.
Oh, he didn't pop ult?
No, he didn't ult.
Oh.
It was the Stampede. They do sound similar. It's sort of, you know. To you, all noises like that sound the same.
That's
You
true.
make them all the time.
Sounded like me just taking waking up from a nap.
Yeah.
It's like a murloc. Rue. Oh, he's going to run right into Boom with a little scatter blast action. Kinetic field placed to slow down MOUZ a bit.
Mission accomplished from Spirit, though, right? You are pulling MOUZ a bit around the map and not getting fought into, so you are buying space for Drow. Now, this is still numerically the 3K lead. I don't think it's that important in the grand scheme of things, just because I don't, once again, feel like this is the greatest troll game, so I don't know if he can realize the value of the net worth that he has. But they will be getting the Tormentor. There's just no way, right? You can't contest this. They have all the big teamfight ults and Song, so...
Will...
Oh, collapse.
Oh, that would have been sick.
Okay, losing that to a Kobold
That would have been hype.
something else.
So Kaori buffing up the Song of the Siren for the ultimate reset to come. So we saw the BKB usage from Chrysalis, and Pipe is now finally finished for Boom. So some power spikes coming on the MOUZ side. Problem is, mid one doesn't have his BKB quite yet. Is basically a recipe away.
I would kind of like, once he picks that up, that they brute force.
Yeah, great replay.
Wow, it was so close. I think they should brute force Roche once he has the item on SF, because once again, I don't think Spirit are in a position to really contest it. They can try to steal it with Centaur and Ember trying to go for some YOLO, jump in and grab it, but Song of the Siren, Ravage, more than likely you're just giving it away.
Panto has a greedy Tumbler's toy, so helping him get this really early Blink Dagger.
Oh yeah, we also haven't talked about the potential of Ags on Disruptor, of course. That is
Always.
not a thing for the next 10-15 minutes, but he could get there, and that item is really good against Troll.
Just really good.
Yes.
Period.
But there are some carries that deal with it better than others. Obviously, number one is probably a Baden, because you can still, survive. But a Troll getting caught in Static Storm with Ags has no counterplay. You have Song, which is the only thing, but I think you can still die in the Storm if you just have BKB popped on Drow. A Drow with 3 or 4 items will... or maybe a bit more than that.
All right, Collapse. You're going to steal the Aegis
There is
again?
no way, right?
You're going to steal the Aegis. He's going to do it at some point. Panto jumps in with the Disruptor ult. There's the Song to reset. Mortimer's Kiss is wasted. A little bit of damage to the Jakiro as the other side, Panto, looks to be taken out by the Shadow Fiend, is closer. Finally, the Ravage comes through. First Yamish falls, though. It's going to be the trade for Collapse. No Aegis for you this time. Laurel, Remnants away. BKB already used here, so MOUZ can just continue with Roche, and they should be able to get it this time. Unless Collapse wants to buy back and steal the Aegis. Not this time.
Slightly surprised to see Spirit try to... Okay.
Aegis finally goes to Chrysalis, mid one.
Oh,
Ooh,
Laurel.
Requiem
Clean
dodge.
dodge.
Laurel.
Very nice.
That's a big ult down. Spirit might just want to fight, despite not having this Aegis, which is now intact for Chrysalis. Runs right into Yatoro, gets gusted. This is going to be life number 1 already. The Ice Path actually hits, though. Yatoro in a lot of trouble. Has to pop the Manta in retreat. Collapse about to spawn in a few seconds. They get the D-Ward. That should be the end of it.
Surprised to see Spirit contest that in the fashion that they did as well. I would like to see the replay. I feel like Drow wasn't even remotely close. They did that 4v5 knowingly, and Yatoro started walking over, I want to say 10 or 15 seconds after the song ended. He finally connected with the fight. So that seemed to be just a stalling tactic for Spirit, that they wanted to poke and prod MOUZ. Maybe the hope was we can dissuade them from doing Roche by just forcing cooldowns and disengaging, and Drow farms in the meantime. But then perhaps they changed their minds. They were like, actually, maybe we can take this fight. So they bring over the Drow. But when all is said and done, the result is kind of the same as MOUZ just getting the Roche, I would say. I don't really feel like you put too much of a dent in them there. This, however...
Farm. Yep, Cookie will cancel the TP, but the Ice Path onto 2 with a Macro Pyre to follow. Yatoro going to try to turn this around, though, with the multi-shot upon Boom. Gets blood grenaded. And Kaori... Yeah, I don't think Yatoro wants to go any further, but the glimpse with the Mortimers isn't going to be enough to take out the Tide. Instantly dispels, but will fall in the end. Stampede used. Panto's the first death, though, for Spirit. Looks like Kaori will be next on the MOUZ side. Just barely gets trickled down. Chrysalis The age is still there. Actually, a buyback coming out from Panto. As
He wants
Spirit
to get the
still want to
glimpse on
fight.
Troll.
Double kill for Laurel. And Chrysalis, the full disengage.
Not going to get vision.
Now he has a blink coming.
Realistically, all that buyback was going to achieve was BKB usage. I don't really like that much from Panto, because Troll was what he wanted, clearly. He bought back Blink, looking for the glimpse.
Well, he has the greedy neutral, so he has so much money, Cinder.
Sure.
He'll just refresh it in no time.
Tower is
I wipe my ass with buybacks.
That is not Disruptor.
Nope. It wasn't meant to be an impression of Disruptor.
Oh, I mean,
It was stereotypical business bro.
oh, okay.
Oh, well, he's about to
It's
be
a dieback.
stereotypical fountain bro.
60 seconds.
See you in a minute.
And Chrysalis having a very good game. 3K net worth lead between him and Yotoro. But like you said, not the greatest troll game, so we'll see.
I think Drow's net worth is worth more. It's the thing.
You think so?
Yeah, she uses the gold better in general, and given the matchups, it's not always that you need to be neck and neck for it to be even. Like, some hero matchups also just inherently good, and I would say Drow versus Troll for me is very one-sided when you get to the later portions of the game. And, well, we're approaching that already. So MOUZ, I think for them, I feel like they're unhappy with not being able to leverage this Aegis for anything. Like, that's the goal here for Spirit. Nice find here for Crystalis, though. And there is that dagger we talked about. He was going to pick it up. I love to see it here as his third item. He was eyeing up Basher, but totally agree with this pivot to the blink, because now he can get on top of Drow with any sort of catch and perhaps get that kill, which is what's going to break the fight open. You want to use this Aegis to get towers. You want to kill Yotoro and try to break the base.
Yeah, and he's going to go Basher next, which I assume will be an Abyssal at some point. So the Blink, Abyssal, Drow. Hope you can kill him during that duration. How helpful would the Shard for Yotoro be in this game? The Glacier.
top tower has fallen.
Is that just like a casual pickup at some point, or do you think it's actually important?
I don't think it's actually important, but I definitely think he'll get it. But what is actually important is the Pike. And that is what is coming close now. That is the most important item for Drow this game. That doesn't mean he has to buy it first, though, but it's the one that's going to change the complexion of the fights in the right direction for Spirit later. So he absolutely wants it in his build.
Oh, Yotoro.
Do you buy Shard after that? Not sure.
Another Disruptor death for the road.
Wow, Panto's on a streak here.
Yeah, something
Like, I have
that.
greedy neutral,
Yotoro
therefore I
gets
get to
jumped
die
on.
next time.
Gust with the Stampede. Ice Path holds him in place with the Macro Pyre to follow. Crystalis popping the ult early, trying to get these roots. And he's just going to try to fight it out, and that is not a winning cause. Crystalis on the Troll will win every time in a 1v1.
There is that blink. Instant value. He's going to feel super happy about making that choice already. Just that singular kill is worth the cost of the dagger. It's going to swing the matchup even more heavily in his favor. He's up about 3k, but obviously Drow on the sidelines for a minute will be converging towards 4k. He's also going to get the Wisdom Shrine here at 28 on Troll.
Yeah.
He wants to, so level 21.
Okay.
2.5 levels up on the Drow. Laurel coming over. Looking for trouble.
Carrying chains, wants to try it. The BKB's down for 50 seconds, so he's going to try to fight his way out of it. The Mortimer's Kisses from way far away. Down goes Chrysalis. Big kill for Spirit. Boom, trying to help his comrade, now trying to help himself, as he's just going to get slowed and kited into oblivion, but has the H. Blinks back in. Okay. Was looking for maybe a Ravage play. We'll get out of dodge.
God, I love cursing players. It's so fun. It was such a good kill on the Drow, and then he goes and farms the most extreme dire favored camp without BKB and ulti ready. Hoping he's not going to get spotted, but Laurel was on the money.
Cast a game without mentioning the player's name. Maybe that would break the curse.
That'll make the game really close.
Just call them by their heroes, you know?
Oh, it's the name that does it, is it?
Yeah. Well, it's, you know, in situations like this, we have to test it.
That is very Death Note of you.
I kind of know that.
Wow, an anime reference you get. That's, well, an anime reference we both get, rather. Well, you also used to watch Pokemon, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
No.
Oh, really?
Well, mid one. He was spotted there for a moment, as Sheepstick will be his next item. Not that far away, just a couple K away. He gets hoof stomped though into the Mortimers, but
Oh,
the
no,
Ravage
no,
is
no, no,
not
no, 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 no.
gonna work too well with the song.
no.
Ice Path, and they're still gonna go for it with the Requiem on top. The Snapfire gets blown up and collapsed to follow as well. So it looked ugly, it looked hideous, but it worked.
The Ravage didn't even matter. I think they would've got the exact same kills if he hit the Ravage.
Sometimes you're just excited to hit the R key.
Sure, I mean, okay, the Ice Path is enough. It's a classic setup. Song into Ice Path, don't even need the Ravage. Why did you pick Tide? Just pick a different hero.
And just like that, the Sheepstick is finished from this one engagement. Yeah, that's...
So it doesn't get much worse than that, but the setup either way,
You need the
with the
Jakiro, really. The Jakiro sets
Macropyre
everything
Ice
up.
Path.
Yeah, it's just dirty.
nice and easy. And yeah, Collapse had 7-second cooldown on BKB there, I believe. So the Crystallis conundrum of entering into spots that you're not really ready for there. He wanted to tie up the score for that.
Yatoro has Ags,
Oh, he
so
bought that before Pike.
Hypothermia.
Is under attack.
Okay, I was not expecting that. Just really trusting in stellar positioning. This leaves you vulnerable. If Troll gets on top of you, you don't nearly have the same counterplay as you do with a Pike, so...
Yeah.
He's obviously still getting it. That's a no-brainer, but having the Dragon Lance early, I thought he was going to transform.
So is this
fast.
basically for the lifesteal on Battle Trance? The main reason you're picking this up? I mean, it's good against Tide in general. I mean, he's cracking it off, though.
It does a decent amount of damage, too. It's not bad. I think this is a stable pick, but yeah, obviously the lifesteal counter against Troll is nice. I'd like to say that basically any true 6-slotted Drow build, you would want this to be one of the 6. Not exactly my specialty, this hero, but I think there's also something about the farming acceleration of this that it just... As usual, the earlier you can get a fighting item and stay afloat, or a farming item and stay afloat, the better. This is Drow's Battle Fury, in a way, but you just can't buy it first in this game because she's going to be too vulnerable. So,
Well,
all-round good item.
he has a Force Staff now. He's almost there.
And Disruptor with the Greedy is getting there.
Greedy boy is spotted. Oh, blinks out with the greed. The MOUZ swing and a miss there.
Yeah. 7k up still, though, in a good spot. Jakiro closing in on Ags. That is going to be a wombo combo with the Song as well, getting the upgraded Oven.
Tasty treat, huh?
And now, time for Roche.
Collapse?
Will Spirit try again?
Where is Collapse? Roche belches in their face.
There's the Belch.
Damage rune on mid one as Chrysalis is going to solo this. Smoke from Spirit. Macropyre placed. Laurel's going to get some vision with the Shivas. Mortimer's Kisses right on top. Collapse in the pit.
Of
He
course!
gets it again!
Of course!
How does he do it time and time again? It's going to cost him the 1 life, but now Chrysalis has to get the hell out of the pit. Does MOUZ still want to fight this? It's a 5 versus 5. Collapse, already at half health. Looks like his team will abandon him, but the job is done. Aegis down and out. The rest of Spirit trying to get out of dodges mid one. Has to pop the BKB. Going for the Requiem.
Ravage
Ravage not
nothing.
doing anything, but they have the connection onto the Ember Spirit. Laurel popping the BKB. Staying alive here. Looks like going to turn it onto Boom instead. Pops the Kraken Shell as the blink from Chrysalis. He's kind of in a horrible spot. He's dead. 2 cores for MOUZ as they try to pursue Spirit to their own demise.
Dude.
And Collapse, we talked about it, Cinderin, the other day. Definitely the best Aegis stealer ever in Dota.
Yeah, I was
So crazy.
I was going to say the same thing. Like, you can talk about Collapse's accolades with how he's been able to play specific heroes in specific moments, and you can be the best player on a hero at any given time, but I agree 100%. Nobody is more consistent at this than him. Just such an incredible eye for timing and when to go and how to go in. And stealing this Aegis is massive. This is meant to be MOUZ's high ground Aegis. This is the one where they want to win the game. I don't think being 6k gold up now is a lead anymore. Like, it's not good enough because the writing on the wall is eventually Drow is going to get there. Ember and Centaur also have insane scaling.
And this chase, when mid one was already at half health, Chrysalis was already pretty low as well.
I mean, I know the Grand Finals host is Shiver, so maybe Boom is trying to impress her, but that's 2 in a row on nobody. I can't say, I'm not personally impressed, but maybe I'm not the target audience for Boom's Tidehunter so far, but I'm wishing for more. It's kind of funny when a player has like a stellar previous series and then just
More than stellar, literal MVP.
This is not it. You gotta hit those.
Man. All right, well, this game got even more interesting.
Yatoro top net worth for the first time in the game.
Okay.
On Drow.
Yeah, they kited them very well and kind of baited them into the triangle. So
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yatoro, does he have the Daedalus finished? No. So it's about 1,300 away or so as mid one.
Okay, Stampede.
Requiem, not going to do that much damage, but he
Anchor.
goes into the ice path, has the remnant up the whole time.
He's good.
He is.
Unless, okay, that would have been a funny
Ranged bash.
first hit. Ranged bash would have been something else. Yeah, does get out. It's a Requiem for BKB Stampede trade. It's pretty even. I think that's fine.
Yeah, this next fight, Yatoro's going to have Daedalus. Collapse is going to have Aghanim Scepter, the cart.
Yeah.
And
That is-
Laurel, what is he close to? I thought he'd be going for Ags already, but I guess it's just going to be a casual Kaya first.
Panto's close to Ags as well. And these
Panto
are
is close to Ags?
yeah. So
Three.
we're getting to the point where all of the super late game worries I had for MOUZ are going to be realized, and now you're getting to the hard part of the game. So unfortunately, in the easier parts, you didn't quite build the lead that you were hoping to. So now you're going to have to dig deep. Like, we can't have a zero-hero Ravage anymore. You're not winning the fights any longer. Sure, we had the previous one where they had a great Ice Path Macropyre. The solutions are starting to come out in force. BKB cart from the Centaur, Ags from the Disruptor is going to create enough of a, just disruption, actually, in the fights for MOUZ to be unable to pull off their combo. And this is where, obviously we talked about this at the start of the game, you don't have Yamich on a hero that's going to find openings now. So you can't just go something like Ags on Tusk and break their formation, use displacement or something to try to solve these issues. You have to fight head on. That is going to prove to be quite the challenge, I would imagine, for MOUZ. God, they're maybe going to try anyway. They're in.
Oh, the jump in from Chrysalis and the Requiem.
That's good.
Laurel is dead, has buyback. That's a big snipe, though, from MOUZ.
Yeah, Centaur was far away, so no cart save. He was farming down bottom, and Laurel gets caught off guard. You're not getting anything more out of this, but it's a nice pick. 70 seconds, no objectives to be claimed. But still, a feels-good kill from mid one in the game.
It looks like he has damage rune right now. What is this? What are these particles? How is that? What is that? Is that just, that's not part of the Arcana, is it?
This is something you unlock when you get 32 out of 40 challenges in Path of Exile, actually. So congratulations,
looks like
Yatoro, on finding the time for that while being one of the best to ever do it. It's cool.
I guess winning TI twice, they just give you cosmetic.
I actually don't know what this is.
Yeah, it's...
He also has the aura under him, the Halloween aura.
Yeah, that one's I've seen many times.
Maybe this is what you get when you finish the Atlas in Monster Hunter 4 times.
A fake damage rune.
Top tower is
Fake your enemy out. Strike fear in their heart. There's an arcane rune, and they would love to give this to Laurel if they can, but yeah, Collapse will have to snag it for now. Boom. He's going to front line. Going to get hoof stomp. There's the Static Storm. That's the Aghanim Scepter.
Oh,
to
good
Mortimer's
song.
to try to reset healing up. Boom.
He's out. Okay.
The Macropyre, though, not going to do too much as Yatoro popping the BKB wants to fight. That means MOUZ wants to retreat. Stampede used all they've gotten. There's the Ravage, only onto one, though. It's just the Disruptor support for support. Collapse. In the cover of BKB. Uses the cart. Nobody inside yet. Boom. He's just going to get right-clicked by Yatoro. Can't get up close and personal. Chrysalis on the run. Has the blink. Theoretically should be fine.
He needs to blink to the right
Yeah,
spot.
he's gonna go for the fight instead with mid one, has the Requiem, slam the BKB, Yatoro's dead, no buyback at all, and now the fight on top of Laurel. His remnant is slow to a crawl, but Chrysalis is finally taken out by Spirit. There's the cart with the Ember inside. I don't know why that looks so hilarious, but it's gonna be the death of mid one, double kill for Laurel. Wow, such a back and forth fight, and
That looked-
Spirit, they have the numbers now.
That looked glorious for MOUZ. I think the play call there to kill the Drow is very impressive, that Chrysalis found a way to navigate that area and get the jump, but obviously it was courtesy of the Observer ward that has now been dewarded by Rue. They're like, there's no way he does this without vision. We're going to see the replay here, so good job on the song saving him. I don't know if Kaori needs to stay here the entire time. Look how he's staying on his hero. So effectively now he's just dead shortly after he tries to get away, but they will catch up to him. And as you mentioned, the Ravage here hits Ember and Disruptor, but not the right target. You want to hit Drow with this. Like, Yatoro gets the space that he needs to navigate the fight. He's going to assist in killing the Tide from far away. And here, don't blame Spirit for looking for the chase. Look at the health bars at the top as well. They're way ahead on resources, but Crystallis finding this from the ward. Really nicely done with the Requiem getting in there as well.
That's some balls to go back in, I have to say.
And it did cost them in the end. They obviously lose Crystallis on the way out.
And Laurel in the cart here. We're going to see shortly the play of the game. Right-click Ember Spirit in the cart. That looks so stupid.
I think the reason that looks and feels so funny is that you're carting one of the most mobile heroes in the game. Why would they want to be in it? You know?
Yeah.
You're removing his freedom to remnant around.
Well, net worth-wise, this is a dead even game. This is what we were hoping for this grand finals.
So what would you give the teams win expectancy-wise? Because to me, this is like a 2-1 for Dire at an even game at 41.
60-40 maybe.
60-40, okay. Well, let's see who Gaben agrees with more of the two of us.
Okay.
I'm going to check. It is almost exactly 60-40.
Okay.
And this is why AI is bad, because it's wrong, Shannon. This is a 2-1 game.
Okay.
You have my word.
Your word.
Yes. My word is worth more than all of AI.
What word is that?
It's a good word.
Okay. You can tell me after the broadcast. Smoke from Spirit.
The word is taint.
What the fuck?
Sorry, I had to talk with Slacks in the green room. It's infecting me.
Yeah, this is called brain rot to the highest degree.
Oh, that's a good
Static
find.
Storm, he cannot pop BKB. Mid one is dead. The song used as well, but all for naught.
Yeah, who are you really
Spirit.
saving? Not even yourself.
They want to continue on, Searing Chains, and that is a dead Naga Siren as well. Both
Lamps.
have buybacks. but
Another one.
Yeah,
DJ
damage.
Khaled on Jakiro.
Crystallis jumps in, wants to get the fight up. Panto is dead. The cart, nobody's inside of it. Meanwhile, Laurel just assassinates Yamich.
Oh, root.
Getting bashed up, and-
Okay.
Okay, beautiful kill from Crystallis.
Sometimes you just keep rooting.
Gotta have confidence on your Troll Warlord.
Oh, that's an expensive mid-1 buyback, but you get some rewards in that.
Well,
but you're
if
starting
Roche
to
was
see...
up, this would be perfect. It is 20 seconds.
Yeah, but Collapse is alive, so you're not getting the Aegis. So that's a little bit
Yeah,
unfortunate.
No doubt.
But that was obviously a showcase of the Disruptor Ags at its fullest. If you find mid-1 like that again, MOUZ would be in big trouble. So got to be careful now how you play the map.
Oh, Lincoln.
They are going to smoke aggressively in this 3v3. Disruptor's about to spawn with an outpost to TP2, but they're going to find Collapse.
Find Collapse. He's dead. Easy kill. Has the buyback.
That is such a good play. I think that's not surprised to see Collapse getting caught completely off guard.
All right.
This was unexpected, to say the least.
This should be free.
He's going to roar. Can you really say that with confidence? Collapse could buy back. Drow's TPing. I don't know.
They're grouping. This is too fast, I think, isn't it? Yeah, Song is up in 6
they're
seconds.
too late.
Roche
It's theirs.
will fall. Boom.
Really
trying
good
to
for
cancel
MOUZ.
some blinks.
All right, that's huge.
Has PTSD from Collapse just walking in there. Actually pops his beak.
Rain in some kisses here, but they can't commit on that. That's big for MOUZ. It's a breath of fresh air having this Aegis finally. Oh, nice reaction to blink out prior. Rue anticipating this play from Kaori.
All right, Aegis advantage. What can they do with it? Mid one.
good reaction
He's in a
on
1
BKB,
versus 3 going
but
for the Requiem.
look at
But
the
pops the
Drow's
BKB and
damage.
destroys him. And boom, he has the anchor.
Oh, no,
Wrong way, and now the Ravage, but Yatoro is out of sight, out of mind in the trees. He's just going to kill off Tidehunter from the sideline. I have no idea how he ended up there, but he's very happy. Attempted TP, but really the kill onto Chrysalis would be the bigger of deals. The bash is coming in from Chrysalis, though he is able to take out Laurel. That's life number 1.
Refresh the song. He had to refresh for that.
Chrysalis, can you get out? Attempted TP should be fine.
Oh, the glimpse!
Whoa, the glimpse at the last moment! And Crystallis will fall. That is a disaster for MOUZ.
Oh,
what a play
boy.
from Panto.
Yikes.
Wow.
That could have gone all sorts of ways. They have to buy back Collapse and Laurel, but the Drow, look at those numbers. In spite of probably the most poisoned cookie of all time, he still finds a way to not eat it and survive. Imagine Yatoro doesn't get to the low ground somehow there. They just potentially lose the game off this. This opening from mid one, not really an opening out. Like, Drow's just hitting so damn hard already. Went greedy, went for it.
Bounced around here. Okay, and
so he four-steps himself down, gets Ravaged too late, and is out of it. And now the Centaur buyback, they smell blood in the water. Obviously, they can win this fight, but kind of crazy that MOUZ managed to make this competitive with a dead Shadow Fiend, right?
Yeah.
Like, Troll is getting in there, getting kills, opening up on Centaur. He uses to save his own life and to kill his Ember. And this song, Panto doing a great job. Look at his spacing off on the left, making sure to run all the way left and then...
Oh, man. Oh, man.
That's huge.
Meanwhile, live, buildings are melting. Anytime you lose a big fight with a Drow Ranger on the other side, you are losing some serious stuff. It's going to be the mid lane. Low fortification is activated here. And they're going to have 5 in just a moment, Yatoro.
Let's see how eager Spirit are. As mentioned, they are missing 2 key core buybacks, so I think they'll probably just settle for the 1 lane and call it a day.
Yeah.
Because if you try to go for more here, all enemy heroes alive, you don't have Aegis advantage, you could get Song combo. This is definitely the experienced play to make, is to take just what you can get, nothing more, and back out.
Just thinking, how many times do you think Collapse, if you had to guess, has stolen an Aegis in a pro match?
Lifetime?
Yeah.
50?
50?
Maybe?
50?
How many years has he played pro?
Holy crap.
When did he play his first pro game?
Between 20 and 30.
I'm just thinking, he played his first pro game in like 2017 maybe? Was it? 2018?
Mm-hmm.
Stealing 10 a year? Does that sound unbelievable?
10 a year? Yeah, it sounds a little too much.
It might be too much. Yeah, and maybe it's somewhere between.
But still, the fact that's even in the realm of possibility, insane.
Maybe 50 is a stretch. I think you're closer, thinking twice, but I wouldn't be surprised that he has the highest number of Aegis steals per game played in his career. I think he is probably number 1.
I mean, there's no question. No question.
Well, you could have someone else have more, but they're just less memorable.
No.
Because it's also the stakes and the fashion in which he does it.
No, it's not.
Okay, you're right. I take it back.
There's no way.
You're so convinced you cannot ever be wrong.
That's correct. It's the American way.
That's how it goes. You just say something with enough conviction and you're right by default.
That's right.
Yep. Drow 5k up on Troll now, by the way.
Yep, Yatoro's
the tables
pretty.
have turned, and that is a big pickup on Centaur, by the way. This is effectively a second pseudo cart. The Wind Waker can now also protect an ally with that. There's no nullifier on the Radiant. They're not even queuing one up on the Troll. He's going Refresher, which he kind of has to in this game on Crystallis, since he needs to be able to do his second run of spells. That's the good news here for the side of MOUZ. Sure, you lost that fight in Elena Barracks, but you still have Refresher Shard on SF, and you have the cheese. So some advantages going into the next fight that you can try to leverage, and obviously the key cooldown on the buybacks. I think MOUZ would love to find some type of fight that they can kill Ember or Centaur in. That could lead to their own barracks, but respecting team spirit in this late game, as you have to.
Team spirit in grand finals.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a team that's aspiring, like you're dreaming of going to the final, the team you want to play is Team Spirit, right? Well, to win at least, if you were guaranteed.
You would like, oh yeah, if you're winning by default, I would like to beat Spirit, sure.
But obviously you don't, yeah, you're scared at the same time, you know?
Yeah. Drow is buying a Silver Edge, by the way. He has consumed his Aghanims with the Synth.
Okay.
So waiting on enough gold here. Only 600 surplus, so needs about 1.5k.
Yeah, Boom is going to go boom.
He will explode.
Is made.
And it's another mobility and safety item. Oh, that's a good
Storm.
find.
Do they have the damage to rip through him before he can get anything off? Hurricane Pike and gets off the ult at the last second. The song resetting things, and now the leash. Can he get him in the cart? Yes, Collapse brings Yatoro away. Gets the Stampede as well, despite having the anchor applied to him right now. So Disruptor is dead to MOUZ's hands.
Shadow Blade.
Yatoro's still on the run. Yeah, he has the Shadow Blade. No way you're catching him now. Mortimer's Basher from Chrysalis right on top of Laurel. Gets the
mid
remnant
one.
off. Yatoro just deletes mid one. Do they still want to fight? Chrysalis finally with the BKB in retreat though. Glimpse brings him back into the fray. Another Hurricane Pike, and now he's just getting controlled. Too much damage coming out from Yatoro. And now they're going to turn their sights into the big fat watermelon. 3 dead for MOUZ. These fights are so entertaining.
What an insane value from the Shadow Blade. It's just...
The fact that Chrysalis lived
It's
initially.
something else,
Holy shit.
Yeah, they didn't have anyone hitting him except the Drow. And Drow can almost solo him during the Static Storm, but not quite. So they needed a little bit extra. But when all is said and done, he gets the disengage on Drow. They force out everything on the Troll as well, right? He has to ulti an Ancient Camp, so... Perhaps questioning whether MOUZ should even chase here now. Gets the Pike away, gets the
How
shots.
does he
Just
live?
narrowly gets it off here.
Oh, man.
And he's going to heal up, but, like, do you really want to take this follow-up fight now? After the card goes out, I think you need to dip. I think now the fight is over, as far as I'm concerned. Mid one gets a kill, nice, now go back. But they see the 5v4. Now Yatoro is fully leveraging the Shadow Blade to find an insane opening onto mid one. Look at this on the top right. He's going to get 5 shot here. 1,
Boom.
2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 6. Oh, it's wrong. 6 hits on a 6-slotted Shadow Fiend at 50 minutes.
Yep. And now the buildings again. They lost the fight against Drow. You will lose buildings. Second set now in favor of Spirit. Buyback still intact though for MOUZ. They're going to set up here for a final fight potentially. Can they hold on? 14k lead now for Spirit. Massive advantage in the lanes.
Was anything used on MOUZ there? They used the SF Refresher. They still have cheese.
They're going to have to defend. Range Rax is now down. This is going to be Megas in just a moment. The Hex already used, but this is just space created by Laurel. They jump in. They're going to put everything on him. Pops the BKB, retreats.
Yeah, he has Aeon Disc, so he knows he can't die there.
They fortify one last time, so the melee racks on the bottom lane is the sole surviving building that actually matters here.
This is an early Roche. Spirit with the lane advantage from the 2 sides of barracks taken could perhaps get into a clean take. MOUZ have to go and scout the area now. If you give up this Aegis cheese, it's over. Like, you can't give this up. So.
Oh my god.
What the fuck? How does he have
I was
this
just going to
now?
say, oh, Chrysalis has a refresher. That's really good. But then Panto refresher. Okay.
No buyback now, though. You are investing
This is close
heavily.
to the Sir Action Slacks build without the blink. Brown Boots, Ags, refresher.
He can almost... I mean, he +1 can kill Drow. Excuse me, Troll. I think he can kill Troll together with Snapfire.
Oh, they're going to go right over the damage rune. So this will be a rune for Yatoro once they see it. Or Laurel, either one. This is big.
Okay, now he can probably 4-shot SF.
Yeah, I would say so.
All a matter of getting the right angle. MOUZ, if they somehow catch them by surprise and get the right jump, this is not outside of the realm of possibility, but...
Creeps in the base, though.
Yeah.
Always have to worry about that.
Spirit know where they are without
They
vision.
get scanned, though.
They know where they are.
They know that they know. Roche now knows that there's people inside his pit.
Yeah, he's gonna leave.
Get out of my pit!
Oh, that's
And
Megas.
the back door. There's no backdoor protection. This is free Megas for Team Spirit, and now a fight erupts outside of the Roche pit. Mid one with the
Oh, the
right
flying
wheel.
cart!
The Wind Waker cart!
The flying
is
cart!
successful as Crystal is trying to run away. Has already used Refresh. No, it's just...
It's in his
he put it in his backpack! It's on roll! My god, he's dead! 100 seconds! Can't even use it in this game. And now the buildings are melting ever so slowly to the creeps as Yatoro looking to finish off this game one. The cheese is popped by the Tidehunter, but it's not to be. Down goes Boom as Yamich will be the final casualty in this engagement, but now it's all defense mode for MOUZ, and this is a free Roche for Spirit.
What?
Why was it in his backpack?
Well, what else did he have?
I
Did he
mean,
have-
tread. Like, surely you gotta put the
You have
treads-
Swift Blink, you have to swap them out, right?
Man. Another refresher, this time for mid one. Buyback by Boom. Mega creeps for Spirit. They actually consume a cheese. They want to go right now. They got double cart, double flying cart, in fact, if they want, with that refresher shard now collapse.
How on earth do you hold this? No troll for 40 seconds. The towers are gone in a moment.
Oh, yeah.
Blink of an eye.
Or
You have to
And
kill
now-
Yatoro twice. Good luck.
Ancient exposed. Buyback. Not going to scare them. It is just a lowly Jakiro as the Ancient exposed. There's a fortification. No, there's no fortification at all.
The song into...
Song delay.
Buy
Roche banner
time.
placed. Man. Impossible situation for MOUZ. Laurel trying to create some space. Going to take the anchors. Yatoro just focusing on buildings. Objective-based gaming. Uses the Hurricane Pike. Makes the Ravage miss the Drow completely as Mid-1 trying to do his best with the double Requiem, but he dies shortly after, and this is going to be game number 1 in the books for Team Spirit. What an entertaining start to this Grand Finals.
They
As we head to our casters, Cinderin and the dumb guy.
Thank you. That's me. Hi, everybody. Welcome to game number 2 between MOUZ and Team Spirit. Spirit take game 1. Very entertaining game. This time around, we get the Ricky Maru, who apparently is very strong because of invisibility. Cinderin, did you know that?
It's a funny answer for Silent to give, because it's like, okay, if that's the case, just pick it every game. He's invis every game. if you're doing it to do economical damage, there has to be a bit more to it. I mean, I think what they're seeing in the Ricky here in particular is Smokescreen is a really good anti-save ability. You're against Tusk at the time, and then Abaddon as well. Those are the heroes you see early, so they're trying to think, what can we do to solve this problem of not being able to isolate and kill targets with our lineup? And I personally very much agree with putting the Slardar mid. You got last pick trolled, you know it's going to be a tough lane for Collapse to play on the Slardar, so instead you put it mid where it's going to do just fine against almost anything. And this is a good lane for Axe. Now they chose to do something a bit surprising here, playing the Ricky with Gyro, which the panel were not expecting, and frankly me neither. Because I think Ricky can pull waves here and you can just play Axe in a decent lane matchup against the Troll with that in mind. But maybe this way they can actually pressure Crystallis, which is highly surprising that that was what they were looking for into Warlock. But I don't know if there's anything I'm missing here that would otherwise make them want to do this. Perhaps they think that Jakiro is going to get punished top by Tusk Abaddon, that they can just run him over. Shards into tag team, kill you. With Rick, you can just blink away.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Tough to say, Cinderin. I mean, Crystallis had a great game last time around, despite the loss on the Troll Warlord. We'll see a repeat performance here.
Oh.
All right, would you say this is a better game for the Troll, or is it about the same?
The core matchup is better into Gyro than it is into Drow. So if we get to a similar game state like that, I think this is looking better for MOUZ for sure in that sense. The Axe is always going to be a wild card against heroes that have really high attack speed. You can try to itemize it against it as Troll, but in the perfect scenario, you can still get killed. Especially, that's where the Ricky comes in. You can call Troll, Corrosive Haze him, and then Smokescreen on top of him.
Yeah.
And the Abaddon and Tusk can't really save him with any itemization except BKB. So that might be something to keep in mind for Yamich here. I would actually like to see him go blink BKB on Tusk, which is very rare that I will say that, but this seems like the right type of game for it.
Yeah, might be a necessity for sure. As top lane, Rue on that Ricky. Going to be blocking Yamich to protect these couriers at all costs, but the wave will be pulled as was mentioned by the panel.
Yeah.
And Rue with some blink strike harassment, still holding on to that second level.
Yeah, I suppose this is an added benefit in the top lane for the Gyro. If you think there's ever going to be any tag team play for the Tusk Abaddon, just throw a Smokescreen into it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of gone. The 30% miss rate is
Okay, all right.
generally going to be enough.
Heavy damage, and he actually gets first blooded by Collapse. So far, this aggressive dual lane has worked out.
It's just...
Crystallis under the tier 1 tower will survive, but I mean,
I was curious to see if you could offset this with Shadow Word, but 2 levels in Battle Hunger with 3 rings of protection and Jakiro's damage over time, Warlock can't sustain it. It's too much. Given enough time, they're going to find that kill, and you could see Crystallis was also starting to drop low, and now, like the panel was saying, well, it's a Warlock, so you can just cut the wave. Axe can chill down here, even stack waves if he wants to. Looks like he's just going to farm
that's a
it.
big courier kill, though. So Collapse will not have his helm for a hot minute.
Yeah, that is actually quite big.
And he's getting some nice farm here.
It's so stupid.
Harassment on the side. We'll TP back to base.
Yeah. Get his crown. You drop this king, says his Poogie, and tries to catch up with him after, like a little squire. Panto will brush it off for the most part, taking some damage. Actually getting a couple more pot shots in there than I thought he would on the troll, but...
We can talk about mid lane a bit if you want. Laurel playing the Slardar, and of course, you see a rocket barrage with the blink strike onto Boom. Homing missiles coming for him as well. He'll be able to live through it, but...
Salve. He'll stabilize. But yeah, this is actually, for me, this is going to be the biggest test of MOUZ in this game, is finding major impact from Boom on Abaddon. Because like the panel correctly pointed out, he has played a very specific role for this team in all of their victories, and now you're pivoting quite hard by putting him onto Abaddon. I was thinking that when they overall first picked Abba at the moment, I was like, I wonder if they're going to use this as a flex to try to force counters to him in other positions and then play it 3. But even then, I didn't really like it, because I think what makes this team so good in this tournament is bringing out the best in Boom by putting him on the AoE initiator type heroes that buy auras, and Yamich playing something like this, right? He's looking at his best on Tusk, on Pudge, instead of the Jakiro last game, even though he played well.
Yeah, and Kaori's playing his Warlock, Crystal's playing his Troll, mid one playing Lesh. They love these heroes. And then the one odd man out is the Boom Abaddon.
So it's going to be an interesting test. It's going well for the other two side lane, or the other two lanes rather. Abaddon is holding his own, but not going to win against Gyro. But mid one is doing well in his own lane, as is the Slardar. I feel like Slardar doesn't really lose lane very much, except, you know, the true mid lane dominators like Huskar. I think you're gonna do okay against a hero like Lash and get yours. Mid one is, as a matter of fact, up by 600, which is more than I thought looking at the CS. So not bad, and he's gonna get some juicy stacks here, courtesy of Yamich.
Tasty treat.
Oh, they TP'd up the Warlock. Watch out, Crystallis. This is bad news. And indeed.
Tricks of the trade on top of Crystallis, and that will be the death of the Troll Warlord in favor of Spirit.
You actually can't leave Troll alone. You can't leave Troll alone against this lane. A lane against this lone. A blow without to blame.
It's okay. Aneurysms are normal during a Dota cast.
It's
at the very least, they do get the stacks in the triangle.
Yes, they do get those, but you're... Okay, maybe some pressure onto Yatoro here.
Yatoro, he's going to be super slow.
Missile?
Pop the stick. He has a Lotus trying to bait them in as a TP is canceled. Coming out.
Yeah,
from Laurel.
This is not good news for Crystallis if he gets left alone down here. The pressure, we already saw how Axe and Jakiro pressured the Warlock. If Warlock isn't here, Troll is going to be the recipient instead. He can't sustain it. He's going to get 6 soon, which might help. But you can see mid one trying to make up for the loss down bot in the very early stage with a rotation, but not going to get caught by it on Spirit.
And Crystallis can't really afford to die anymore during this landing stage. Last time around, he had a free game.
Yeah.
And had a good performance, like we said, despite the loss.
I mean, he's still looking okay, right? Look at the net worth.
Now
he's ahead of Gyro. It's definitely not bad at all, and the matchup's better. So.
What is this? What is this move? We Roshing here?
I think they're waiting for Lesh to run to the rune, but not happening. Mid one with the right read that it's a trap.
Shield rune picked up for Laurel then, as mid one reading this or just wanting to jungle.
Yeah, really?
Getting quite a bit out of it as a TP top. Boom. Not quite level 6. Gonna get greedy for these creeps. It might cost him, but he's gonna get a shadow word from Kaori and is fine.
That's a double TP from Spirit yielding effectively nothing. They thought Yatoro might be in pressure in the tower. Instead now, you've opened up the rest of the map to potential MOUZ moves, unless...
Fast though, into the Blink Strike and the Rocket Barrage. That is enough. Nice kill for Spirit.
I wonder if Boom didn't know they were there. Did they never show at any point on that rotation? I think that they knew Jakiro was there. Maybe the Ricky hadn't shown yet, so he got overwhelmed. And the smoke screen, unsurprisingly, gonna make that very easy. More stacks.
Yeah, this is nice.
We love the stacks.
Might need to reserve some of these for the Troll once he gets that Battle Fury online, but that's a ways away at the moment.
I think I would like to see them as much as possible.
12 minutes last game, right? Let's see if he can
Something
stay
like
on
that.
track.
It's going to be somewhat close if he doesn't get ganked again, but I would actually rather give the stacks to Lesh again, because I think mid one has a lot of responsibility in this game to make the plays happen, in particular when his offlaner is not the stereotypical boom hero. You want the Lesh to be strong so he can go in with confidence. There's some really tough, tricky matchups that you kind of need to itemize out of. Axe can be super annoying for Lesh. You get Blink Blade Mailed on and you just die to your own spells. You're playing into Slaughter Corrosive Haze, which is a notorious killer for Lesh. You just die so fast to attacks.
Chrysalis reading this.
Have to get rich to make this work.
He's reading this quite well in the tree line.
There's the dagger on mid one. He's immediately going to put it to use. Yatoro's dead.
Offering onto Yatoro. The Rocket Barrage gets the kill, but mid one, the trade. So finally, MOUZ getting something on the board. And Chrysalis is being pursued under his tier 1. Yamich is in the area. Has to wait out the ice path, though. Trying to go for the save on the snowball.
Oh, they missed the
Too
dog!
late. And now the whirling axes inside the
Oh,
snowball. Mid one
no!
makes his rotation over, and this is a disaster for Spirit. They've lost 4 heroes across the board, top and bottom. And Chrysalis lives. A huge turn of events for MOUZ.
That was surprising. He's going to have to steal an Aegis later to make up for that collapse. That's a bit of a miss. Fortunately, you have some redeeming qualities that you can put to use later. But that's huge for MOUZ. They bring over the heroes to cover for the troll, and the missed dunk. Collapse is going to be kicking himself there because it wasn't as panicky of a moment as he made it seem out. Look out. Wow, there you go. As it made it seem. But he rushed that call and missed it. And that is massive for the side of MOUZ now.
So into the jungle he goes to try to catch up, make up for his transgressions, and now top net worth is mid one. Last time we cast him, 100% kill participation. So far, so good for him. All 4 kills he's been involved in. I mean, this is his hero of the tournament.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people would say he is the mid player of the tournament as well.
Yeah,
he has been looking incredible in so many of their games. It's been a very impressive glow up. It's kind of reminding me of, you know, no one had a couple of quiet years. Yeah. And then all of a sudden with PARIVISION, he just started looking like he never left.
I don't even know where he played in between Virtus Pro and PARIVISION, if I'm being honest. That was many years.
I do think there was a year or two that he barely played pro, at least. But he found their groove again. Maybe they ran out of money. They're like, yeah, I'll make another mill. You know?
No problem.
Could be it.
Must be nice.
Guess I'll go to work today. Who knows? But yeah, I've been very impressed with mid-one's play, to be honest. You know, whenever players come back like this, you never really know what you're going to get. I think he has surpassed expectations, maybe even MOUZ's expectations too, because he has proven to be quite the stellar performer in this tournament.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean,
bottom tower.
I'm sure if we go to his Liquipedia, it's going to be one of those really, really long list of teams. But sometimes it just takes the right collection of players. That's the ironic thing, is with the stand-ins he's doing in this too.
Yeah.
Only 1, but at the beginning of the tournament 2, as Chrysalis gets a free tier 1.
And I believe it was, pre-finals here, we saw the graph, the bar graph of his top 3 placements, and there was 0 in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
And then before that, it was quite decorated between 2016 and 2020, so... Yeah,
it's good to see.
Sometimes you just need a little break for 4 years. And you figure it out. Boom. We'll be forced to ult here, I think.
Yeah, we'll use it. Rue in the area. They'll let him be for the time being. Going for the Blade Mail build for the Abaddon. Whoa, my. All right.
Yep.
That's normal.
Pretty unfair to push the mid tower with half a screen of purple. That's going to win the fight.
I think I know what texture that is, too. It's the checkered thing as the crush comes in from Laurel. Showing off that Blink Dagger. Kaori is burnt to a crisp. They get the Golem as well.
Job done, though.
And should be able to get the deny.
The tower is down to 10 health. Yeah, they could deny it, but he still manages to get the map control that he was looking for and force a rotation. I think you're pretty happy with that as the Warlock. Now, Spirit are going to try to turn this into something of their own with this hit on mid. That's the downside when you use the Golem to push like this. And especially when you die, Spirit know that there's a little opening. They'll take about a third of a tower there.
What kind of build are you expecting for Boom? Because We haven't seen a ton of offlane Abaddon this tournament.
Yeah.
Obviously, the main build is the Radiance Blink, which we're not going to see Radiance, I assume.
You're going Blade Mail first into the Gyro Jakiro makes a ton of sense to me. It's just how do you build from there? You could still go Radiance. You could go... I don't know. Do you have to itemize specifically against Ricky? I think this is just an uncomfortable spot for him. He's going to go Blink Orchid, which is more standard, but again... If you get caught in smoke screens, your item build actually kind of doesn't work.
Well, how would you itemize against a smoke screen on an Abaddon?
BKB. It sounds
awful.
It does. It does. And that's why the pick is good, right? Is that we're looking at these save heroes and we're like, what do you do against Ricky? It's the item.
Would Staff feel just as bad?
It only works until Ricky gets shard, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Unless you, yeah, it only works until Ricky gets shard. So, and that is absolutely coming.
I mean, you
see
can
Rue
force
queuing
that
it up.
yourself still, right? It's just allies.
Yeah, you can get out of the smoke, but you can't help the allies in it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Boom caught off guard. Already at half health. They're going to burn this ult. Pops that Blade Mail. And returns some damage to Yatoro. Yamich coming in from the north. Gets a nice Walrus Punch mid one with the blink. Gets the Split Earth and the kill onto the Gyrocopter. Yatoro dead right off the bat. A good counteraction here from MOUZ as Panto left to his own device. You see Collapse, though, coming in from the other side. Gets the call off. They know that there's no borrowed time, and the chop comes. So 1 for 1.
Great overall for MOUZ, though. They only brought 4 heroes here. Crystallis is free farming bot. You got the bigger kill. You're putting your blinks to use. This early dagger on Tusk is also really nice here. And you didn't have to use Golem, so you could look for a bigger fight if you wanted to.
Yep, okay, all right.
Rue is looking for some info here. They're not done up here, Spirit. Neither are MOUZ.
They're not. Diabolic Edict is there. The instant crush with the Chaotic Offering coming in, though. And the dual breath from Panto as they try to get a kill. Yamich will fall, and mid one dies as well. They thought they were being sneaky, but Spirit stuck around. And now Chaotic Offering down.
Yeah, both teams were baiting. But Spirit were the better baiters.
The masters, some would say.
Some would say that. I figured I had used up my quota with a word from previous game, so I'll let you have it.
Well, I didn't say it, so...
No, that's right.
My quota is still available.
You're safe for now.
That's right.
Yeah, we of course, as you know, with what's the rating in American movies where you get 1 F word, and if you use 1 more,
yeah, PG-13.
Is it PG-13? You get 1.
Yeah, I think so.
What a dumb rating. Fucking stupid.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Taint. I don't know if that.
There we go. All right, this is officially no longer PG-13. If you're an American viewer under the age of 18, you must tune out now. Or get parental guidance.
Yeah, ask your mommy or daddy.
Yeah.
It's okay to watch this stream.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, you should probably do that regardless of age.
No doubt.
If this is good for you.
Or making use. What did he take apart there? Making use of his innate to take some items apart to get the earlier ags. 400 away here.
Dragonlance, I think, right?
Okay.
The Chop Shop.
Oh, yeah.
Always nice.
That's a very cool innate. Makes players very creative. Making use of the nerds on your team, of course, like the AUI 2000s.
2000s.
Plural.
AUI 2 million.
True.
4 million, as a matter of fact.
So mid one. Still 100% kill participation. Only 5 kills, though, for MOUZ as...
Oh, no.
Rush on
That's
top.
easy.
Yeah, that was a caster curse again. Sorry about that, mid one.
Yeah, that's just 1 wave too far. And he had heroes somewhat in the neighborhood on the south side, but unfortunately got jumped from above. And yeah, you need to immediately save him with Tusk or he dies. Axe, Slardar are going to body you for a while. You actually need quite a bit of time before you can start counter-itemizing that. And you can see mid one is sticking to his guns. He's doing his standard build, Blink into Kayayasha. That means a possible counter-item to these heroes is probably 10 minutes away at this point. Getting something like a BKB or, I mean, what else would you even get? BKB is nice to help you against the Blade Mail, but it doesn't really help you against Slaughter Giant.
He has an SNY, the punch to start out onto Laurel, blocking him in. This is way too easy of a kill onto Laurel. Nice pickup for MOUZ.
Top lane is cursed.
And
just don't go there.
Okay. Crystallis is going to make his way over with the Golem. And now mid one.
That would be a really nice grab for him, getting an Aegis too. I think they'll give it to Crystallis perhaps anyway, but just taking this away from the Slardar team always feels great.
Where's Collapse?
And yeah, there it is. Yeah, where is Collapse?
Always thinking about that. 3K in the bank.
Maybe that's why MOUZ took it now. They're like, well, the South Pit is not the same.
This
They're
is
in a
true.
better position up
Yeah,
here.
what a great change to Dota.
This is a good time to take it too. You're a minute away from Tormentor, so now you can even use it
Yeah.
to force that fight.
I mean, if you're Spirit, do you even take it though? I doubt it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think you would be wise to perhaps give it up, accept the loss, and wait for Root to get Diffusal plus Shard. His hero is going to transform. Like, it's no secret in this state of the game, Ricky is just weak. He doesn't do that much. The smoke screen is cool, but it starts getting really good when you can force people to stick inside it with your Shard Diffusal. That's when you truly become a fearsome support. Of course, we all, I believe I speak for every Dota player when I say we miss Sleeping Dart dearly. I was having a really good couple of weeks with a very fair win rate with that.
Hated that one.
Not surprised to see it gone. But hey, at least Huskar gets cauterized, so then everybody can be happy about that hero being
Nobody
uncounterable.
plays that hero though.
Yeah, that's true. It's definitely not a complete absolute plague on Immortal matchmaking.
Nobody cares about him.
Last pick Huskars are fun, and Quinn loves it because he's a
The
good
wrap
person.
around onto Laurel. Split Earth
Oh,
hits.
clipped him
And
barely.
Snowball not even needed. Easy kill for mid 1. They will pressure this tier 2, and of course the Tormentor is likely on the
This is some
side.
good acceleration. They're actually thinking about fighting
Yeah,
here.
They want to fight. Collapse with the initiation. The call only onto 1. The smoke screen to follow. And that's going to be a dead mid 1. Gets chopped into Oblivion. Nice pick off for Spirit now.
Oh, they're in an
Rapid
awkward
slowing
spot
that. Yeah,
here.
this is very, very awkward. As Crystal is going to the north now. And the clip into the call. Trying to bring Boom out.
That's an early ult.
And the ult already off or on cooldown. Snowball though onto Yatoro. Gets the punch, and Chris is going to focus all his right clicks onto him. Using the SNY to his advantage as Collapse forces him to attack him with that Blade Mail activated. He's going to take the brunt of the damage as a result. Fatal Bonds doing quite a bit of work here. Spirit do have to be careful. Very low on HP. Another beautiful ice path from Panto, slowing Crystallis to a crawl. We'll have to pop the ult. Now going to get kited. Rue trying to slow him down. Yatoro gets rooted though in the tree line. Crystallis is all alone, but he gets the kill. A little bit too late for Collapse on the call, but he gets the chop in the end. Aegis down and out for the side of MOUZ, and now it's a 1 versus 3. Keeping him inside of this smoke screen. Panto there as well. It is not fair.
Oh,
Another
Boom!
chop to Collapse's name. Boom trying to go in for an aphotic shield, but it might cost him his life now. Mid 1 wants to join the party. Gets off the Diabolic Edict. Laurel with one more crush for the road. Boom is dead, and MOUZ are just dropping like flies. Although Mid 1 gets several kills in the meantime. So 4 dead, or 3 dead rather, for Spirit, costing them a little bit more than they were anticipating.
That's one of my favorite fights of the whole tournament. Holy shit,
Panto
Spirit.
punched,
Oh,
dead.
God, it's not even over yet.
Damage is the winner of this fight.
What an insane positioning masterclass from Spirit that fight was. It's so many small details with how they're moving their heroes in and out, how they're taking advantage of Blink Daggers coming off cooldown again, how they're drawing max value out of Jakiro on these angles. This is a tough matchup for MOUZ. Spirit have come to play, and you can see that's a big win for Spirit in the gold department when we're through that entire fight. Collapse with the top damage of the fight on Axe in a 20-minute fight that early on. And lest we forget, MOUZ have still not taken the Tormentor. That was their Aegis, but now they're going to go for it. Spirit, are they going to make the read and smoke over there, and can they even get there in time? I don't think so. Crystallis will have to ult for this.
Yeah, and he's going to be pretty low.
What a sick fight.
Okay.
That could have been, if mid one didn't come in to clutch it up slightly there in the end, getting the couple of kills that he did, and Yamit getting the punch to finish it off,
Yeah.
that would have been a very, very big win for Spirit. Now it's only a moderate one, but let's look at this. I don't even know where to start. Like, this fight is so long. We're already halfway through it. This early pop on the Abaddonal, I think, is a bit of a mistake. I would way rather see Boom really taking advantage of his whole health pool.
Yeah, he was an ice path anyway.
I think there's no point in ulting there, really, but does use it. And that, look at how they're kiting the troll. Like, homing missile here, ice path there, a little call to run away, smoke screen. Like, this is a troll with Aegis that just wants to hit somebody, and he just keeps being denied at every turn. Finally here gets, if he doesn't get the root there, he actually gets nothing.
Yeah.
That was an important swing for him to land, because Collapse was coming for the call shortly after, so actually a little bit fortunate even on the troll, you could argue, to find it there. But of course gets chopped, and then Boom was a bit too late with the help, gets called, and this looks like a travesty, but then mid one coming in.
The glowing disco pony.
How many ice paths do you think were in that fight?
Yeah, seriously.
I think that was like 7 from Panto.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Crazy. And staying alive the whole time, just...
Well, in the
So-
meantime, MOUZ did clean up Rue. A little pick off.
Yep.
Now a smoke from MOUZ. Oh, Laurel. Very quick blink. Panto. The ice paths have been on point, and he's actually going to get out
He has
to
some,
the high ground.
some good value items here on the Jakiro between the Force Staff and the Pavis. Pretty much matching the net worth of the enemy supports. We covered Yamish's Dagger. On the Warlock, it is a full Solar Crest. He's also going Force, so kind of the same item build, but in different order. And Boom did change his mind for the Radiance, so no Orchid is going to come out.
Mid one showing himself, and now the Blade Mail call. He's going to get chopped.
The rotations are too late. You're going to bring multiple heroes down here. I don't know if you're going to find anything.
Gets the ice shards to slow them, and they're even going to use Chaotic Offering, but they're just going to walk away. Oh my. Missteps from MOUZ, and now Kaori might pay the ultimate price. Oh, they're not going to focus anymore, though. Kaori will horsey up to the high ground, and Yatoro's here to clean up the Golem. That is a big misstep from MOUZ. And boom. He's slowed now. See how fast he uses his ult this time. Smoke screen upon him, Crush to follow. They want to burn this borrowed time and get him back into the base. They do so successfully.
That's going to be a tier
Spirit.
2, I think. Or are they actually going to back off here? Lesh is spawning in 10? Yeah, okay. With the Glyph, they have to let it go for now. But mission accomplished. You got the Lesh kill, you forced an Abba ult, you forced a Golem, and you lost nothing. And there it is. Ricky has now picked up the Shard. So the hero has truly been unlocked now. You got to be very careful with your ward and sentry placements now as MOUZ. Rue's getting some key information here.
Yeah, there's Rue.
Ah, he's just dead.
Smoke screen. Well, Boom is going to walk away for the time being as the ice path comes from the other side for Panto. The punch up into the air, and Rue, he puts another smoke screen down, eventually is cleaned up. It's a support, though. Looks like mid one died to Yatoro. And now the net.
Oh, the double
Nice
damage.
grab from Laurel. Crystallis would have loved to have that. Gets
Oh,
off the
this
whirling
is-
axes as Panto on the high ground now in the corner, but the call comes in with the blade mail and the chop. Crystallis dead. Spirit getting every trade that they would want. And the chase is not over yet. Yatoro, homing missile's going to find Kaori as Laurel likely to try and finish the job here. Boom does have borrowed time as the Battle Hunger is being used in quick succession for Collapse, and they're going to continue on here. Finally, the borrowed time activates. Ice Path hits. Tusk is certainly dead. Another chop for Collapse.
Mid
Find
one.
Kaori as well, and Boom
Is he gonna
desperately
go?
trying to get something to work for the side of MOUZ, but it is not happening.
He'll get the singular kill on the way out onto Jakiro, but it's going to cost Boom as well. Mid one, the only one getting anything out of that. And again, just a kiting masterclass against the Troll. He just can't seem to stick on his target, and not to sound like a broken record, but this is what happens when your offlaner is in a bad, and Tusk has to set up everything for you. If Yamich isn't finding the right moment, Spirit are just outplaying you in these fights, just poking and prodding. As you mentioned, the kill on mid one to start it all off made it so easy for them. And I love the Slardar Yules. It has been already had 2 key moments here from Laurel. A very clever pickup, great against the Troll, great against Abaddon, even the Lesh. If mid one never gets a BKB here, he might just become a victim of the kiting too. You just Yule him up whenever he goes in, smoke screen him so he can't really navigate the fight and cast spells, and he will still be very vulnerable for a while to the blade mail of Collapse.
And look at this. Collapse, Phylactery.
Oh, he'll do it.
Into Conda, so the break for the Abaddon.
Yeah, he can blink, call, and then battle hunger him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they can actually blow him up without...
Yeah, they could do it in
and
smoke,
a smoke screen on
screen
top,
for
so you
silence.
literally can't say... Well, that's not entirely true. With the BKB, can you use it
Yeah.
with Tusk?
Oh, can you snowball him with BKB?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
I think it's a requirement. We're
Yeah, he-
reaching, and he is queuing it up.
Going
So
for the exact build that you mentioned.
yeah,
So
he
Blink,
has to, right?
Only Ogre Club right now, so the farm is pretty hard to come by.
The question is if we're going to reach a point where Abaddon has to do it too, because that feels really bad, throwing 4K at that. But
Yeah.
The Ricky has seemed like a masterful pick. Of course, Silent, as he explained, very good because he's invisible. So that's the only reason Spirit picked it, surely. No other reason.
Oh, that's from Collapse
juicy.
out of the high ground. A beautiful snowball
They're going to
save.
land in the oven.
They will. Back into the macro pyre, burning to a crisp. Chop number 1 as Boom already using the borrowed time, trying to get into the pit, but you can see it's just a 1v1 battle between Collapse and Chrysalis, but Collapse is actually winning.
Oh, the bond!
He gets it! Oh my god, the damage! 3 dead in the blink of an eye for Team Spirit. And Yatoro, back to life he comes, getting punched in the air. Now Chrysalis right-clicking from afar. It's a 1v4, and Spirit lose this fight.
What an insane buyback from Warlock. What was that damage? The Bond, he did about the same damage as his Troll in that fight.
Absurd.
Crazy turnaround from MOUZ. That's the fight they were looking for, and that's what you can get. If you don't have catch, well, just let the enemy do it to you, and then
That's
at
why
least
he
they're going to
picks
group up.
Warlock every goddamn game.
I mean, this is the dream for a Warlock, right? You get killed here, but it's at your outpost, you can buy back.
Oh, this was so good for Spirit to start. Look at this.
It's important that Boom is boxing them out here, though. If he's not in there, keeping the gyro at bay and keeping him busy and finishing Roche, I feel like this would have gone better, but look at mid one with the bonds just
melt.
Whew.
And now the buildings are melting. Yatoro's not up for 30 seconds. This is a tier 3 down and out. Laurel gets off the crush in live. Yamich trying to hold him in place.
Oh, Yule.
That's a
No,
stun
Yule.
lock, and that is a dead Slardar. Laurel back to base. You go 70 seconds. And that might open up more opportunity for MOUZ to just continue. Gonna get this range racks at the very least. Yatoro up in 10 seconds. And Spirit, we're not expecting to lose buildings at this stage of the game.
That's
MOUZ
crazy.
will back away.
What a sick fight for MOUZ to find. Equalizing the game, and the really good news for MOUZ is this is going to bridge the gap that was going to be a terrifying 10 minutes into that Aegis, plus, you know, the time until you get your BKBs. You got so much gold on the Tusk, he almost has it now. Yamich, this is going to be a key item this game. Yeah, let's see Yatoro, what even happened. I mean, he can't move, right? He's just in the upheaval. He's fighting into blade mills and all that garbage. Up top in live.
Oh boy, Collapse has to pop the BKB to try to get away, gets 4 staff. He might be able to, nope, the snowball hits him in the end, and he is down and out for 70 seconds. They find Panto as well, and just like that, the door is open.
I mean, now you're
for MOUZ
getting...
to go high ground again.
Is this just... Are they just going to get 2 lanes now? You have a full minute on
This
action.
melee is certainly dead. They can't get the bottom set of barracks, so will likely go to top unless they want to try to go for a throne scare situation, but no, they're going to play it safe.
There were 15 seconds until Slardar's respawn, and they got caught in the top lane. And now Slardar will have to wait for his friends.
Smokescreen making it a bit more annoying, but Chrysalis like, hey, I can turn into a range hero, BT dubs. And now...
Nobody says that.
You said that already. Fortification activated from Spirit. I don't know how they take this fight without Collapse. They might just have to concede these 2 sets.
They do.
Yeah, not looking like they want to try to defend it. But just like that, MOUZ, 2 sets of barracks in their favor.
They're happy they're playing against Yatoro and not Eternal Envy, because this would be the moment that he would level up to
No, that's Mega Creeps.
unbelievable levels. It's every barracks he gets stronger.
Oh, okay, I see.
But in order to win with Megas, he had to be in a slightly better position than this, probably. But
And there it is, the BKB on Yamich.
yeah, massive item. So now you have a guaranteed save against... You can blink save against Call. You can blink save against Smokescreen. It really changes the dynamics of the fights by a lot. He just needs to be patient, and they can continuously send Boom in front to get the intel, since they're trying to solve the Abaddon problem like we talked about with the Conda from Axe, but even when that comes out, now you have the counterplay, so you're 1 step ahead. All courtesy of that big team fight that you just won. And Spirit feel like they have to pull off a big play here, so they're gonna go for a wrap. Sounds tasty, but
Yeah, what's inside that wrap? That's the question.
MOUZ have really good positioning right now. That's a strong formation. The dream fight for Spirit here is to find and kill Warlock instantly before he gets bonds off.
Yeah,
See if they can do that. Rue's gonna break.
He's invis, of course. Very strong. BKB already activated from Yamish. There can be a cleanup. Rue right off the bat as Yatoro now on the run. Boom. Borrowed time activated now. Gets to full HP. Yatoro's already having to run away, though. And Spirit not liking what they're seeing. The Fatal Bond just doing work, but the call comes in at the last moment. But again, the snowball save back into the fray. Collapse gets hacked and destroyed. And now Laurel attempting to slither away, but he gets punched into the air instead. 4 dead for Spirit and nothing lost for MOUZ.
It's just perfect. Ricky has to try to get the vision, but he gets spotted on the way in. He gets punched. MOUZ get to set up everything they want. And yeah, look at the damage breakdown. Lesh barely even needed to deal damage in that fight. That is the start of, well, that's a pretty steep slope here.
Troll Warlord.
MOUZ looking to equalize the series and have done it. There is just absolutely no way Spirit play their way out of this against Megas this early on in the game.
We've seen it before, but yeah, it's tall order. Tall order for them as they're going to be able to blink in and kill off Rue. And now the tier 4s left to the right clicks of Crystallis. We'll be able to melt these pretty damn fast. Yotoro getting gone on by Boom. Looking to do a soft reset. Only 3 alive for Spirit after the buyback coming onto Laurel. And Crystallis with the objective base gaming. Tier 4 tower about to drop. Now they have the axe though, Collapse. Can you make anything work here? Oh, the nice jump in from Boom, canceling the blink daggers, and the buildings are melting to Crystallis. Doesn't have a second life, but does have the Satanic. Boom. He's the one trying to tank all of this, and there comes the Lesh doing so much damage to Collapse. Has to pop the BKB. Back into the fountain he goes. Double battle hunger right now, but a beautiful split earth with the Yamich stun coming out, and that's a GG for game number 2. MOUZ even it up.
Well, we got our answers. Is it going to work? Swapping Boom onto the Abaddon. We had our doubts when we were, I want to say just 10-15 minutes ago. Things were looking really hot for Spirit, but that one sequence.
For Ricky, he ended the game with only 5,000 hero damage, 10,000 damage on your slaughter. So those damage need to be much higher. And if you want to be having higher damage, this is definitely going to be coming out from mid Queen of Pain, which pretty much has insane amount of damage. One of the best scaling heroes in the late game when it comes down to have just damage overall.
Well, after this game, one of the 2 teams will be on a match point in this best of 5 grand finals. Let's find out who it is, and also let's find what the words are that Immortal Faith has for Slacks this time around.
Absolutely. Here with the master himself, the guide guru, Immortal Faith. Sir, you guys could have picked Mars on that one, but instead you opted for the Tidehunter. Mars, such a powerful hero for you. Can you give us any insight?
I mean, we just decided we're gonna go Tide based on what we wanted to also go further.
Okay, another non-answer, Mr. Faith. You're a guide maker. How about you make me a guide on what I should be asking you so that you'll answer me a goddamn question in one of these? What should I ask you in this interview?
Okay, just ask me any question and I will answer you as you wish.
Okay. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Fuck! Let's go to the game. I'm sorry. They got first blood. MOUZ, congratulations.
I mean,
he doesn't care. Let's go.
That was awesome, and yeah, that was first blood. Mid 1 got it. That's a pretty big deal.
Yes.
Yotoro was the one that died. Also pretty big deal, as we are in game number 3 of the grand finals of PGL Wallachia Season 6. Cinderin. Hi.
Hello. Oh, what's
Breathe
that?
a bit before the game begins.
Shout out to Slaxus. How you doing?
The battle begins.
Hi.
Could have had any question in the world, and that's what he asks.
Yeah.
Truly cares about human beings.
Yeah, unfortunately, Immortal Faith didn't really care about him, but that's unsurprising. Of course, we don't care about Slax either, so we think it's a very fair response. Now, this is going to be a quite different game, I would say. This time around, Spirit got their hands on the Naga, and that means they have a combo breaker this time against the big team fight that MOUZ loves to play so much. Game 1, they had the Naga and the Tide and the SF. Now, Spirit are the ones with the combo break. So can MOUZ once again find a way to structure team fights in such a way that they get to kill people with SF and juggled, basically. They have the big team fight, so it's a matter of controlling Naga. Maybe itemization can be a key thing here. Yamich, once again on the Tusk, could buy a blink, get in on the Naga with 2 back-to-back stuns while you're hitting your stuff. And now Yotoro will be playing a... Is it fair to say greedier carry? I would say so than the The gyro, obviously. Morph has some very good lane matchups. Tide is one of them. It's this lane is just both heroes farm. So you're happy as Morph generally with those exchanges.
I don't know what the win rate of the Morphling is. Maybe it's just
pretty
when we
bad.
cast.
It's pretty bad.
It's felt really bad. Like it feels like it never truly carries the game. It just exists.
28.6%.
Yeah, that's really bad.
It's a small sample size though. It's 2 and 5, right? So I personally think this is a really, really good Morphling game, and that's obviously they last picked it. You're good against Jugger. You're hard to kill for the Jug. You can get out. You have a good laning stage, and you are... This is the type of game that I feel like Morphling will win inevitably when he gets big enough. MOUZ don't have... I suppose the wildcard here is mid one getting Hex eventually on the casting SF, which could... Nice damage there onto Laurel. But aside from that, MOUZ don't have these really quick single target stuns. Maybe Blink Punch. I don't think you're going to kill with Blink Punch Omni. I think Requiem almost needs to be a part of the equation later in the game. And of course, Morph can also get a shard to offset some of it. So,
yeah, that is a good shot.
and this is the hero you and I both thought was going to be the hero of the finals.
Yeah.
And it made it through the bans. I did not think we were going to see Mars at all, really. But it's been either picked, in this game it got picked, and in other games I think it was even ignored or banned last phase in one of the previous 2 games. So
Yeah, and Boom had easily the best performance of the entire tournament on this hero, and they are still refusing to pick it. Instead, go for the Tide that looked very underwhelming in that game 1. Of course, they don't have the Naga on their team this time, so maybe the combo's a little easier. Don't have to worry about telling them, unsong, please, into the Ravage. But if you can get a good Ravage, and maybe that's the player to watch this game, is Boom on the Tide. If you can get off to a better start, have a little bit of a better performance, then we'll see these big Ravage Requiem plays as mid one and a 1v1 battle with Laurel. The blink away to safety for Laurel. He is fine in mid one, ticking ever so low.
he has to go back to base. This is really good news for the Quap. Should put Laurel ahead.
Yeah, let's see how many creeps he misses here.
He'll-
1.
2. Oh, you mean Laurel misses?
No. Okay, it
Should be 0.
We saw him miss an entire wave, so this is not nearly the same. It's still really early though, which maybe hurts a bit more.
Unacceptable.
All right. Well, mid one, we'll see if he can have a similar as Yatoro. Uh-oh, is this death number 2? Tag team doing quite a bit. Panto trying to make his way over Yatoro with the attribute shift, keeping him alive, but the anchor smash at the last moment from Boom is enough to give Yatoro his 2nd death of the game. Remember, anchor smash, if you can get it on the Morphling, one of the better heroes in the game to use it on because of how much stats he has.
Yeah, he loses so much base damage. In the meantime, they do kill Kaori down bot with Mars and Muerta, so it was a trade of sorts, but MOUZ definitely should be the happier with that exchange. Forgot to mention as well, aside from the first blood, MOUZ also got 3 out of 4 bounty runes, so the laning stage almost started with a 1k lead for them. So, definitely...
Dire's courier has been killed.
Oh, was anything on that? Oh, that was a blood grenade and 2 branch... Wait, was that Yatoro's courier? That doesn't make sense. Does it?
You tell me, you're the analyst.
Oh, which... Oh, it's Yamich's courier showing. Okay, I thought it was the killed courier that had those items. I was like, that doesn't make sense.
Yamich steals a bounty, sees a stack. Panto just walking,
He's trying to stack multiple
trying to
camps
micro at
once.
the same time. Oh, okay.
Only gets the 1.
Yeah, better than nothing, but at the
that's
very least, this is good information for the MOUZ side.
Very unusually positive outlook for you to say better than nothing. I thought you were going to say, wow, he didn't get all of them. That's awful, because you're a very negative person and like to focus on the negatives and everything. So it's good to see some growth from you.
Sorry, did you say something?
Yes, I did.
How early can they contest these stacks? That is really the question. As Panto is spending a lot of time doing this.
Theoretically, SF can just go over and take them, but it's a matter of pushing out the wave mid first and knowing where Quap is. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you can get sandwiched.
On having the mana to push the wave and the time.
Especially with Laurel closing in on level 6, it gets a lot scarier to go there. But now he is the one who has to hang back.
Okay.
So 6-minute rune, not even going to be around for it, which means it should be a total gimme now for mid one. Covering them nicely. Kaori here on bot.
Oh,
And
that's
what a
a
dream.
good one. He's going to go into the enemy triangle and see that no stacks have been made on the big camp. But we'll still take it for free. Rue can only look on. Playing the Muerta this time around.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Another hero that we don't get to see. I mean, we see it occasionally, but used to be much higher value.
Yeah.
What's changed exactly? I feel like it's still really good, especially these players that are just insane with the dead shot. And if you, I mean, it feels like these position 4s are getting decent farm throughout most games, and that Ags is crazy.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing for me is, considering how good the Ags is, I would kind of agree that this hero should probably see some more play. But perhaps it's a matter of the laning phase that you're maybe not as strong as other 4s in the early lanes, and you see all these like very strong 5s being played with the lane specifically, like Jakiro would be the prime example. With Mars, though, I really like that synergy. The arena into Deadshot is very strong, especially when you get the Aghanims. If you find 2 heroes in the arena and they both get feared into the wall.
Double fear, double spear with the shard on Mars. You can get 4 people, Cinderin. Or more.
Yeah, or more. Great early lead for MOUZ, though. They were up to 3K just a moment ago, so
Yeah, very early.
things going according to plan again. Feels like they've been ahead in every early game.
Yeah, they've been doing such a good job this tournament.
Oh yeah, speaking of the
pressure.
tournament as a whole, actually, I don't know if we've cast a game of them where they lost the lanes,
I'm sure it's happened.
but it's definitely this top lane result is not what I was expecting. Boom is far ahead of you total. This
Well,
this
you-
lane usually is a wash, which makes sense when it's Morph against Tide.
Yep, that's good puns.
The water theme.
Yeah, you didn't have to explain it.
Well, not to you,
Oh,
but in case Reddit user Fart Brad was watching, I might have to lower the
he's not.
level a little
Well,
bit.
he might be watching. He's not listening.
Might be listening through Gorg. Who knows? we've come to realize. 3K back on the board here. There is a Haste Rune currently sitting on mid 1, which is great for contesting these stacks, and Rue might be the one to break
Snowball right on top of Rue. Gets a good calling, though, but mid 1 has the distance. They get an easy pick off onto
Do you
the Muerta.
Requiem here?
Yeah, that is true. You could. He's going to go for the Sonic
Use
Wave.
Sonic here.
Yeah, he gets a couple. As mid 1, very fast right now, is going to force Laurel out with very little HP or mana. 3K lead for MOUZ at 8.5 minutes. This is kind of a crazy lead. And the stacks, boom.
Dire's middle tower.
Well, you can see that most of them have been taken at this point. But now the pressure onto the mid-tier 1.
It's gone. You can't defend anything right now as Spirit when they come with their numbers and you don't have Sonic Wave. You don't have enough damage. Collapse. Still hasn't skilled his ult. He's been holding the point the entire time. I was worried for a second he was level 5. He is level 7, but he's reserving it. 4K, though.
Yeah, this is
Conceptually,
scary
looking at the
levels for
lineups,
Spirit.
Unexpected, really. It's one thing to be ahead by a bit here, but that lead is massive with only 4 kills. This means you're effectively just stomping the lanes in terms of raw CS.
Laurel is found by Crystallis.
It's gonna box him home.
TP.
That feels bad too. Spirit with nothing to write home about yet. Not a single successful move. Kaori has used the book, it looks like. That's kind of early. He's only level 5.
Interesting.
When did he use it?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Or is that still the case where if you pick a neutral item, you lose your book? Well, if
Nah.
anybody would not forget about that, it would probably be the guy who plays it
Dire's top tower.
60% of a tournament. You should remember.
In theory, that is true. So Pipe is going to be the first big item for Boom. Ring of Tarrasque away.
I think MOUZ want to try to win this game in at 25.
I mean, they're on track right now.
The way this is
lead
going-
just keeps growing.
Early pipe, Roche, Healing Ward, Golem, and you just go.
Yeah.
And if Spirit aren't online yet on their Morphling, they're going to have serious damage issues. So this last pick, I personally liked it, but it's contingent on the laning stage going well. And with Laurel being this crushed in mid, with your stacks being stolen, with you losing your towers this early, Naga doesn't do anything in this game state. Naga is primarily a scout and song. So if you're looking for damage, it's not coming from there. Muerta is okay, especially with Ags. That's not happening. anytime remotely soon with how low these supports are in net worth. They're going to scale very poorly. And MOUZ, notoriously great control offlaner with low damage output. So Morph and Quap really have to do the whole thing. And well, when nobody has a good game, tough to say how they're going to pull this through. This is easily the most one-sided affair of the finals so far, like at 10 minutes. Not even close.
And there's only been 4 kills. That's the crazy part. Typically, with Team Spirit, with a lot of these high-level teams, in the laning stage, they're not going to get outplayed this hard, but Gold does not lie. And Yamich, I mean, he's only 500 away from a Blink Dagger. My goodness, that is a rich Tusk.
He almost has the combined net worth of the enemy supports in a game with 3 kills on his team at 12 minutes.
Oh, he's going to...
Now he has a little bit
All
less.
right. Well, the caster curse truly is real. Yamich takes a full Sonic Wave.
It should be studied. Maybe this is a simulation, actually.
I mean, life is definitely a simulation.
And if it is a simulation, who is dumb enough to create me in that simulation and have me just chronically curse other people that they created?
I mean, it's, as a game designer, it is funny to just put random debuffs that make no sense onto people for a lifetime. So that's down to a
debuff or a buff, though. If I use it, but I can't use it voluntarily.
Mid one gets a freebie onto Root.
That is a lot of stacks.
Yeah, they're just stealing stacks
But
now.
how many of them have they got? He's stacked 10 camps on Naga.
Yeah.
Have they farmed 3 of them, maybe? Like,
and the thing is, they haven't really contested them, their own camps.
This is worse than not stacking. Like, you're effectively feeding the enemy team. This is why they're so far ahead. It's not just the laning, it's that every stack you've made has been for MOUZ.
Yeah. No,
and that makes Naga, I mean, if you're running Naga like this, that makes it a really bad pick, right? It's just...
Yeah, still not even level 6
my.
yet. And here we go. A play from Spirit about to be made. Blink Dagger for Collapse. Have to get something going here as Chrysalis has the Battle Fury, but they're already going to see a Blink. Well, it's not in his inventory yet for the side of Yamich. But the pipe is online for Boom. That means he's kind of a no-go. Collapse and company, well, they find Kaori. That's something. They're calling to keep him silenced up. He's actually, look how tanky he is. Normally that hero just evaporates.
Now, is he tanky or are they weak?
Yeah, that's a good point. Depends on your perspective.
Yeah. Sorry, that was another negative perspective from me. That's your job.
Sorry about that.
Rubbing off on me. Time for wisdom. It's like...
Yeah, we'll be a trade.
And trade, yeah. And Chrysalis, well, this looks super healthy for MOUZ. Not only are they ahead by this amount of gold, they have the top 3 net worths. Everybody's scaling. Everybody's going to hit this mid-game timing together with heroes that use it well. Mid one is going to clean up Panto.
Yeah, has a Kaya Yasha now. Typically, you don't finish that right away, do you?
I think mid one has been doing this most
Has he?
of the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is under attack.
It's going to go Kaya
Maybe
Yasha
he was
into-
taking some liberties considering that they are dominating right now. Has the smoke.
Ooh, this would be a big find if they could somehow get in on Yatoro.
Yep, he's used the waveform. 6 seconds down.
Okay.
It pops. He sees them. Requiem coming. It's the attribute shift off, and the Golem to follow with the Gush. Not quite enough yet. Collapse going to try to contest this. The calling buys enough time, and Yatoro able to walk away. So a lot used from MOUZ. This is a really good thing for Spirit.
They had to bring their whole team.
That's true.
So it's
Wow,
like,
all 5 of them.
does this even feel that good? Yeah, you keep Yatoro alive, but all the TPs, you're going to get cornered on the map now. There's still Ravage. There's still Omnislash.
Yeah, Boom just sitting in front,
I think
daring them.
You just take the tower. I don't think Spirit stand a chance in this fight. Yep. Healing Ward, also nice for the Golem. A nice little detail with these 2 heroes together.
Yeah,
Let's try it from Panto. Not going to get there, though. Destroy the Healing Ward, and another advantage for MOUZ.
Tier 2 at 15.5 minutes. Unlikely to poke here. And I'm sure what's on their mind right now is Roche into Tormentor eventually. And the fact that you're thinking that, and it's only 16 minutes in the game. But that will really solidify things for MOUZ and having this gigantic 7K lead. We haven't even gotten to see the Ravage yet. It's just been such a slow, methodical game from MOUZ, and Spirit just haven't had an answer yet. I mean, are there any items for Spirit that are coming up that you think could make a difference? So the Manta style for Yatoro, pretty close. Arcane Boots for Panda.
That'll help.
Yeah, that'll do something. Blade Mail about to be finished for Laurel.
It's not the best Blade Mail game, though. But, I mean, you're playing with Bondage, right? So you kind of want it when you're running that facet, obviously. But the problem is, who do you counter with this except SF?
And Panto, speaking of which, he will use the song. He's actually sticking around as Spirit making their way over. Laurel with the Sonic Wave at the ready. Pipe is already activated, though. Requiem does go off just in time as Collapse does get off his Mars Arena eventually. Now the Sonic Wave. Ravage comes too late to save mid-1. That's a big kill for Spirit. And now Boom slowing himself with the Kraken Shell. It's a 1 versus 5. Although reinforcements are arriving. Chrysalis gets the healing ward off, looking for an Omni Slash. Gets Spirit for the time being. There's the Omni Slash onto Laurel. It's broken up, though. Both targets survive. Yatoro getting in very deep. Waveforms to the other side, but Snowball with Chrysalis inside. Fatal Bonds you have to be careful with. Blade Fury doing quite a bit to Yatoro. Is it going to be enough? No, he's continuing to get off that attribute shift. And now Chrysalis in a weird spot. A 1 versus 3. He gets taken out. 4 dead as Spirit somehow winning this fight. In fact, it's going to be a full team wipe despite being down 7K beforehand. How?
It's like unbelievable that this is even possible, right?
And that was set up with a song. It looked like it was going to be a completely free kill onto Panto.
It's one of those team fights. You don't show me the team names and you show me this replay and you tell me it's from a tier 1 tournament. I'm telling you, it's Spirit on Dire. Like, it's like unreal that they find that opportunity. So, first of all, MOUZ obviously are not fully connected when this song comes out. And they didn't even get the clean initiation there, Spirit. Collapse wanted to spear the SF. You're going to see the replay here, probably. So, look, he's coming in with a Mars, and he's looking for the Blink Spear onto SF so Requiem doesn't come off, but he's going to mistime it here, get Requiem. Then he's going to spear the Tide. So, there's no Ravage, and this barely buys time for mid-1. Keep in mind, this is a 2v5 this entire time. Obviously, that's why Spirit are winning. They do have the advantage. But now in this upcoming follow-up fight, there's so many little details. Look at Yatoro through this highlight. He's going to turn into the... Okay, that's the same highlight. I'm very confused.
Mid-1's alive all of a sudden. Unbelievable.
He's so back. Wonder what's going to happen to him here. Spear onto Tide.
It's okay.
Well, I will tell you what happened.
Just give
Yatoro turned into Tusk, and he used 2 good snowballs to stay alive together with the waveform and to cancel TPs on the way out. And this was I mean, it's kind of crazy that Spirit, because this could have also just been 2 deaths, right? You found 2 heroes. MOUZ could have cut their losses, been like, oh well, we got songed, we were out of position, 5v2, they got 2 kills. Them reinforcing it and then losing everybody is 3 times worse than if we would have just called it. So help a friend
basically an
syndrome.
even game now. This is not what I was expecting. Laurel 4-0, Collapse 3-0. That's a 50-50, essentially. But MOUZ will be able to get the Roche, it seems, although Panto is making his way over with Song. This is always something scary, and the smoke from Spirit. MOUZ have an inkling that this is occurring. And Collapse is always the one you have to watch for.
They're making the wise choice of not trying to finish it off because then it gets stolen.
Yep.
Collapse plus Naga.
Next level.
Stack the advantages to seal the road, and time to go for a little walk. This is good for MOUZ though, because they're cutting off Spirit now if they need to head down to the bottom half. So they are getting nice control. This is very good for them. Rue will be walking up the high ground, not going to find anyone just yet, but if he steps a little bit further,
okay. Just misses.
He knows they're there, obviously.
They're actually going to go for Tormentor, so this might be a trade. If MOUZ are fast to go for Roche. And it looks like that is probably the case. This is a nice play from Spirit.
I take it back. This was actually... It was actually good for Spirit, because I think they weren't necessarily slated to get this Roche anyway. Now they get a trade because it swaps sides.
Yeah,
Get the shard now on Naga, so bigger heal on the Song. So real feels good. And it gives mana regen. I think that's less important, but it's actually kind of cool for Morph, I suppose. Him all the more utility in the fights when he turns into other heroes and spends so much mana. Naga can get you can bring you back up.
Radiant's top tower.
Oh, they canceled the TP. Nicely done from Kara. As long as they can actually get this kill, the TPs are coming. Yamich with the stun lock. Shards block him in. Collapse. All you can do is get off a Yules to buy yourself a little bit. Actually uses his arena as well on the outskirts now.
Dude, there is no way.
Requiem, he's dead. Oh my goodness, that was close.
That was a 4v1 and they used Golem Requiem to barely kill him. He's not even farmed. It's just small mechanical things. He's getting every inch out of his hero there. Nice little jump there from mid one with the horsey.
Yeah, that's cool.
Not going to
good
disjoint
SF
the
tag.
dagger, but it gets you in range for the race combo way easier.
And Chrysalis with the Manta going for the butterfly next. Laurel already using Blink, has the vision here. Gonna go for the courier kill. Chrysalis, of course, has to...
Dire's middle
I mean,
tower
this is where
is
the
under
Ags would feel so good. But typically we've been seeing that as a 4th or sometimes 5th item for the Juggernaut.
Yeah. I don't know the tech of how you itemize against Morph as Jug, because I think it's just such a tricky matchup later in the game. What is the most important? I still think the Hex on Shadow Fiend is going to be a potential game-winning item. And that's why that team fight up top was so crucial, because we were approaching a time when that concern wasn't even really anything for MOUZ. It was 7k up, they were about to soon get Roche and a Tormentor, probably extend the lead to 10.
Oh, we see Dead in the Water from Boom. Early shard pickup. Very annoying for Rue, but he claims it and walks away.
He was trying to poke TPs, didn't happen though.
Laurel trying to backstab, but the pipe is activated, so this won't be an elongated fight in all likelihood for MOUZ since the pipe will wear off, but should be able to get the tier 2. As Boom trying to make some space, collapse inside the shards. TP supports are coming, he gets punched in the air, Yules to keep himself alive. Sonic Wave onto 3 heroes. And now MOUZ will be retreating. The Spirit able to save their offlaner.
That was an interesting situation there for Collapse. He effectively had the choice between casting a 4-man arena or blinking away. He didn't have time to do both. And Spirit, they will burn a Sonic to keep him alive instead and just try to buy time. Now, Yatoro is starting to reach the point when Morphling really becomes a hero. I think this hero changes a lot with Butterfly. It's so much EHP, it's so much more damage. You are still vulnerable to Shadow Fiend, but that's kind of it. They really hate those illusions. They're gone now. 2K is where we've been at for a while.
Yeah, this is even.
MOUZ are just effectively going to burn out their Aegis, and I don't blame them. I don't see this lead as being meaningful enough to force high ground. So instead, Spirit opting to smoke into them with a minute and a half left on the Aegis.
Yeah.
They still want to fight.
They can avoid the tide. They can get some quick pickoffs. Yamich breaks the smoke. Rebuke.
Oh,
there's
that's
the
a big
arena
one.
onto 2. And the spear does hit mid 1, but now the pipe. You have to worry about Rue in a horrible position. Gets off his ult though. Pierce the veil to the south. It will be picked off by MOUZ, and Spirit will exit gracefully.
They tried to get the moment of surprise there. Didn't get it. Good placement from Yamich.
The
to
blood
break the
grenade.
smoke.
Yatoro has waveform up now.
It's fine.
under attack.
Wants to get the dead on the water, I would assume, but Taro.
Oh,
Ooh!
that was actually closer than I thought it would be. But yeah, nice defensive play there from MOUZ, controlling the area. The smoke breaks, you get a spear onto the Shadow Fiend, but you can't connect the other
Collapse.
heroes for the burst.
Is this a repeat situation? Golem to start things out. Collapse with the spear. And he's just going to get chased down into oblivion. There is the dead in the water. Nowhere to go for the offlaner of Spirit. It's off the Yules.
I mean,
As there's a Requiem there to destroy Laurel on the other side. And Collapse all the while gets away.
how does he live?
But the bigger kill, in all honesty, is onto Laurel. So MOUZ not going to be too upset. Obviously, could have had 2 cores, would have been great for them. But the Aegis about to expire now for Chrysalis. And how close is he to the butterfly? Very close.
Yeah, so he's going to match the Morphling now. Their inventories are quite similar. Fortunately for Morphling, he does not have a Battle Fury. That would not be great. That's the main difference.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It was fun to see Collapse play his way out of that fight bottom. I actually thought what he was going to do was to... Oh, there's the replay on the Laurel kill, by the way. Snowball into... Yeah, standard stuff. Double stun, Requiem. But the fight bottom, when he speared away the Tide the first time, I actually thought he was going to TP. But then he kited him for another 10 seconds and did it again. So...
Yatoro picks
Crazy
up the
escape.
haste rune. Might want to try to take a fight here. At least burn some spells from the MOUZ side. A little poke action onto Boom. And, and the dead in the water already used.
You're
It's
starting to
actually
see
kind
the
of a-
damage on Yatoro now, though.
It's a pretty important cooldown. They get the stun lock for now, but the calling and the big ult coming out from Collapse, but the Ravage to follow. The focus right now on Yatoro. Snowball keeping him alive. He turns into the Tusk as the Omni Slash not doing a whole lot. Eventually Collapse should fall here, and that is the case. So 2 dead for Spirit, and now Yatoro getting hounded by Boom. Dead in the water up in 5 seconds. The Ice Shards from Yatoro, not enough to block him out. Boom is going to continue on here. There's the dead in the water, but the song to counteract it. Yatoro easily takes care of the anchor.
And Laurel kills the wave.
Yeah, so no push for MOUZ.
Still another good fight for them. And this goes to show the damage issues that Spirit have, right? I was just pointing out Morph is starting to hit hard, but he gets ravaged, and then nobody dies in the arena. There's no other big enough threat with the game that Laurel is having on co-op. He's kind of an item behind where you want to be here. This would be an insane situation to have like an Ags, for example, when you find these big arenas, or Shiva, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Like getting those big items, but not even remotely close to any of it just yet. So MOUZ could just stand their ground, pop their pipe, pop their healing ward, and they are just invincible. And they should get both wisdoms here. Which might not seem like the biggest of deals as it is the 4th one, but getting these levels on support ultis up to level 2. Gonna get Warlock nicely across here, level 13, 14 now. And getting close to 15 talents in that fashion for Warlock. Shadow Word AoE on upheaval attack speed, not too interesting, and on the Tusk it is the snowball damage or the health, which could prove quite useful. Obviously completely out-leveling the enemy supports now with this wisdom advantage. That's how it goes.
Yep, and I think for MOUZ, it's all about Roche now.
Yeah. You wanna get it this time, and
Such a scary lineup, though, to go against. The Song, all the AoE from the Mars, even Muerta offers a lot.
I just think until Yatoro gets his next item, which I'm assuming would be a BKB, right?
Yeah, I think he...
Does he have it, actually?
Recipe...
He just got it, yeah. Because he's making the call that in the previous fight, I have to be able to stand and deliver when we arena, or it's all for nothing, right? He knows how much damage he has to do. So with this, now he can reliably attack during the arena. That could be big. Because my concern for them is, until he gets his next damage item, on paper, their lineup looks quite strong, but in the current game state, if you have Aegis, Pipe, and Healing Ward, and you start hitting high ground, how do you kill a hero like Jugger twice with the Dire lineup? You can get a nice song off, but what's your combo? There isn't really anything too big, so I think Crystallis will feel quite comfortable with...
Well, depending on the
Aegis in
BKB
his bag.
situation, I suppose the Shard Spear, right? Getting 2 units
Yeah.
could be pretty hype.
Ooh, this could be a nice smoke for Spirit. I don't think MOUZ are expecting anything like this at all. They're trying to set a trap with Tusk SF, but who's trapping who?
Yeah, Collapse
Laurel is
from
going to
the south.
offer
Laurel
himself
jumps
up.
in, the punch up, but there's the arena from Collapse, the snowball save. Do they have enough in the bank? Nice blink out from mid 1. Yamich is the sacrifice.
Wow, what a sick outcome for MOUZ to only lose the Tusk there. Clutch play from
Oh, that's
Yamich.
a big courier kill, though. That's
Kills-
an Aghanim Scepter from mid 1 he has to
Yep.
wait on now.
And that is
3K.
overlapping with Roche. So potentially that would have been a really nice tool to have in your kit, but I don't know if Spirit can really force the Roche anyway without Sonic Wave in Arena. They're probably just going to spend this time to farm and control the area. So I think there's a chance mid 1 gets his courier back before...
Oh, what is this? Laurel caught off guard, and that is dead in the water. One of the best shards in the game for a reason. Against these mobile heroes, both Morphling and... I mean, Morphling can attack pretty fast at the very least, but Quap, on the other hand, kind of just have to go for a BKB, and yeah, that's what Laurel is opting for. And look at this, Spirit. looking to potentially get aggressive despite not having their quap. Boom in the pit.
They're trying to get information so that they can either song steal or just delay.
Or just have Collapse blink in and take
Yeah, of course.
the casual.
There you go. Hey, this is not that easy to do, but I think they're still going for it. No, they're going to try to smoke around instead.
Okay.
This is going to get increasingly obvious for Spirit if they keep sending stuff into the pit like Naga Illusions or another dead shot. Because by process of elimination now, there's only one place MOUZ can be. So this backstab should not work.
Boom. Boom. Blink Ravage available. They don't have the vision quite yet. There he goes. Gets off the Hex into the anchor. They want to get the Naga Siren, and they do. Big kill for the side of MOUZ. Not having to worry about that ult. And now Yatoro, well, going to try to go against this Kraken Shell. Boom, he's doing quite a bit. Boom is going to die inside of the Mars arena. Omni-Slash already used, but it's going to be canceled now, but they get the punch up. Yatoro in a bit of trouble, but has the attribute shift at his disposal. It's Crystallis. Spear is going to miss for Collapse this time. Double Ice Shards. Yatoro loves turning into this Tusk.
It's such a good hero to turn into because of the counterplays it gives you. You can counterplay Requiem, you can counterplay Omni-Slash as you saw. The shards allow you to stick on target. This is... it's bold.
Yeah, Panto's going to be up soon, so they have the song. But they get the initiation first. There's the Requiem to follow. Laurel takes a lot of damage, but the Sonic Wave does so much as Collapse. Very low on HP. He's going to get right-click down, but going to stay alive thanks to the song. Canceled out. Now mid-1 is the first to fall to Yatoro, and now the waveform trying to take out this Warlock. They do so. Double kill for Yatoro. It's 4 kills overall in favor of Spirit. And now they're going to get the Roche.
Laurel
after all of that.
Healed so much with his Blade Mail Bondage there on the Quap. Look at the damage he output. 5k, and he was reflecting all the spell damage on Shadow Fiend in the meantime. MOUZ tried to catch them by surprise by hitting the high ground instead of going into Roche, and they got punished immediately. And now, this game has changed so much from where we were 10 minutes ago. You're going to see the... look at Laurel's HP. The BKB obviously is going to block a ton of the magic damage, but he's just healing a crap ton too. Maybe he didn't even need bondage. I think the damage was actually quite underwhelming there. And then the song just buys them a bit of time to talk over what they want to do and all get Fatal Bonds together for no reason. But it's fine. They're still stronger.
The 0.5 second conversation.
I think that song actually helped MOUZ, but they were so far behind it didn't matter.
All right, well, Spirit... now with the Aegis on their side, Yatoro 4 minutes to do whatever he wants. Has the BKB in his backpack, dataless, very close to finishing. And this Morphling is going to start really hurting. And they're going to get the second Tormentor of the game as well. First shard went to Panto, and this one will go to Yatoro. So can use Attribute Shift while stunned.
That is so nice to get for free in this game. It was either him or Rue. I think they're happy with this. The one on Rue is not very good,
it's
so
quite useless.
Easily the better roll. That was the one we were fishing for the other day when we were talking about what shards on supports are bad to get.
Yeah.
We were talking about Pugna and we couldn't remember the second one, and it's that one. It's the Muerta shard you'd rather put on basically anyone else in your team.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think it's fair to say MOUZ have missed their original goal. They've missed the mark, and now it's time for Plan B. Their lineup can absolutely win this later, but it's starting to become quite scary with this Yatoro Morphling. If he ever connects on a Spirit hero, if that hero does not get Tusk saved, we're talking a 3-second kill. He can kill Shadow Fiend in the blink of an eye, even Jug. And of course, as we've seen countless times now, just happy to turn into the Tusk to protect himself. And he's going to force them back.
Yeah, absolutely. He's all alone right now. He's going to poke at the very least. The Hex.
So
boom. 0 follow-up, though. But Yatoro's still going to respect it. Half HP to that tier 3. Mid 1 will get the opposite shrine, so it will still be a trade.
Yeah. This will bring Yatoro close to 25. He will get there the first in this game unless Jug finds a big fight. So that will be lower waveform cooldown is the one you almost always see Morphlings take. And that will give him even more mobility and even more damage. Not that he's missing it, but...
And mid 1.
Close to Refresher could also be a big pickup. If they could somehow combine the Blink Hex on Tide with 2 Requiems, that could be a Morphling kill. I think you need 2 Requiem, actually.
Think even with the attribute shift?
You can't do it when you're hexed.
Oh, that's true.
Because there's both a stun and a silence.
Yep, that's true. There's the Hex Initiation and the Anchor. They really hate this
Easy
Naga. You can see why.
is
The
it?
collapse comes in. Nice Sonic Wave from Laurel doing massive damage. The Ravage really feels like nothing happened, but the Omni Slash is what really hurts. Yatoro barely lives through the engagement, now turns his sights to the Juggernaut. That's life number 1
Oh,
for
Laurel
Yatoro.
died.
3 dead
Warlock.
for Spirit. Requiem. Nope, Yatoro's gonna pop the BKB, getting bashed up. Collapse trying to help his carry out. The waveform TP should be fine. Now Collapse has to worry. Mid One and Company trying to pursue, but Collapse will get out just fine. That's the Aegis down and 3 dead for Spirit.
I'm telling you, if Spirit lose this game, they're banning Warlock the rest of the series. Like, they are getting insane value out of Kaori every single game when he plays this hero, whether they're in good spots or bad spots. That's the second highest damage of the fight. Fatal Bonds. Laurel died in the backline, just getting eaten alive by different Fatal Bonds instances. And of course the Jug. The Omni Slash was beautiful. If you manage to get a cleave Omni with Fatal Bonds, that's...
I mean, I think he was getting
Kinda
some
crazy.
cleaves. Two of the
Yeah.
members were
There
relatively
was some
close.
cleave going on there for sure.
Very strong.
And I think maybe you'd be wise on Spirit to start itemizing a little bit more against the Fatal Bonds. Maybe another Lotus or something of that sort. Rue has finished the Silver Edge. Nice against Tide. So they can try to get that kill faster. And the Wind Waker on Collapse.
Okay, again.
Yeah. Loves this item. I feel
Well.
like he buys it more than most players.
Mid One has Refresher that you talked about. So double Requiem is a thing. It's all about the initiation, though. And of course, they have been jumping the Naga at the beginning of most of these fights. What happens if they don't?
Yeah. That's true. MOUZ have done a good job at finding Panto when they need to. And when they haven't found him, his song has been inconsequential, but they lost that fight, so...
Oh, the Anchor. Laurel has to pop the BKB. TP support Collapse with the Rebuke onto Boom. Laurel, not a whole lot of damage. They're actually going to put the Mars Arena out as Mid One with a Requiem. Look at that Sonic Wave. Boom is getting pushed left, right, and center. He's still alive. Yule's applied to him, has the pipe still there. The upheaval is slowing them to a crawl as Mid One with another Requiem. Not that much damage, but the raises are starting to stack up, and there's the song save. The last moment Collapse is going to live.
Oh, they blinked in to destroy the healing ward. Laurel is... okay, is he fine? Yeah.
Mid One trying to get something more out of it, but all they really get is the Rue kill. And that might be enough for Chrysalis to poke at the high ground. He is hitting like a truck. Still has the Omni Slash. Fortification going to slow this down a bit. Has the MKB Butterfly Basher.
They know there's no healing ward,
The
so
last
this
spear
is a
onto the barracks with the Sonic Wave. It's not quite enough. The Snowball's going to save him now. The Rebuke to follow. Is he going to die? Juggernaut is super low. Gets off the Blade Fury and will live some way, somehow. And they get Yatoro as well. And this is going to be a lane almost certainly for MOUZ.
It's going to be more than one. They have healing ward. They might just end the game. They got Jug down to 5%.
That was so close.
But the Snowball again. These support picks for MOUZ are carrying so much
they're going to go
weight.
for Throne. They're going to
Yep.
try to finish it right here, right now. 70 seconds and 50 respectively for the 2 cores on the deck for Spirit in a 3 versus 5 situation. Still have 2 golems, and you can see the healing ward is doing so much work. 1 tier 4 dead. Yamich and company pounding away. The Ancient now available for the picking to get the instant initiation, but the Pierce the Veil gonna keep him alive. There's the Mars Arena Collapse, trying to do what he can to delay the inevitable though, as the Ancient will eventually fall to Chrysalis and company, gets off the Blade Fury, and that's gonna be GG. MOUZ take game number 3 and a 2-1 advantage in the grand finals.
These games are so unpredictable. MOUZ have an insane lead. They lose all of it in a random fight up top. They claw their way back to, or rather, both teams are kind of even for 15 minutes. And then they find this one perfect moment of opportunity, bursting.
I think we can't prevent them from picking their comfort heroes. Feeling like every game they got their comfort heroes, and we're trying somehow to fix that, but not enough.
Well, we got a lot of comfort heroes coming out for you this time, so I'm sure we're going to see you again for the next game. Good luck to Team Spirit as we head into our game and our casters.
Yes, welcome to Game 4 between Spirit and MOUZ, and we have some switch-ups in the draft, in the bans, and all the like Cinder. We get to see a collapse Underlord, less of a playmaker unless you get that Ags later on. I don't think we've cast a single game that Bounty Hunter has come close to winning. Maybe it's just us. Rue. Right on cue.
Close. You almost had it, but
Yeah.
the Casper's Curse kept him alive.
That's
She
true.
said he
Sorry
was
about
bad,
that.
so he's going to live. Yeah, I think this is the biggest adjustment in the series so far from Spirit. There's a lot of change-ups here to go over. The panels obviously went over the whole aura aspect of Underlord and changing that archetype hero. Silent said it too in the interview. We don't really like Mars here because he can't buy auras in the same fashion that Underlord can, and we feel like we really need it. So obviously they're recognizing how MOUZ are beating them. And in addition to that, they are taking the Abaddon as well, which MOUZ also beat them with. So basically Spirit are like, we've tried different adjustments and none of them really work the way we want, so now we're going to totally pivot.
Yeah.
Bounty Hunter is also, I suppose they did play the Ricky. This may be not the biggest of change-ups in that department, but the fashion in which they're using it is going to be different. The Ricky was meant to be a counter to saves, whereas the Bounty Hunter is meant to be an info hero to allow them to avoid bad fights. Seems to be the primary purpose, just get deep wards, make sure you can farm. And I will say, I'm really curious if this goes to late game, because in my book, Abaddon is one of the ultra late game carries now. The hero has changed a lot over the years, and so is TK. So who actually comes out on top in that matchup? I think both of these two carry heroes are like top 5 late gamers, together with like Faceless Void and maybe a 6-slotted PL or whatever.
Yeah, we can hope that
It's
this
gonna be
goes
really
late
interesting.
game. Would love to see some 60-minute items with Spirit and Mouse, showing them on display.
Bounty Hunter doesn't tend to go that late though.
Yeah, that is true.
It tends to either enable his team to get a quick win off of snowballing with track
Or a
and
quick loss.
vision, or a quick loss because you get 5-manned and you're Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, that's what we've seen mostly, I feel like, so far.
This guy on your screen is worth mentioning as well. I think this is, out of the heroes that Yamich has been playing this tournament, I think this has probably been the least impressive. So I think something Spirit accomplished in this game was to push him onto something a little bit weaker. His Tusk and his Pudge have been S tier, and they even banned his Spirit Breaker, so 3 targeted bans at the position 4 player is quite unusual. But Spirit doing everything they can to try to push MOUZ outside of their comfort zone. And I can't say when I look at this MOUZ lineup that they aren't comfortable. Like, still, the archetype lineup, the heroes that they have, and that was what Silent was saying too, we're struggling to prevent them from picking their heroes.
Which is ironic because one of their members is playing 2 heroes the whole tournament.
Oh,
You gotta
Kaori,
focus everybody else.
Kaori has played mostly Warlock and Jakiro, but we've also seen Phoenix and we've seen Shadow Demon. But yeah, I kind of agree. Maybe the Warlock could have been a second phase ban,
I
potentially.
mean, the Fatal Bonds has been kind of series winning so far.
Yeah.
It's been insanely good.
Underlord is an interesting choice against that, though. You naturally want to buy Lotus. You're going to buy maybe both Pipe and Crimson, like the panel is talking about. So
Yep.
perhaps that can be the solution. Not as much to talk about with MOUZ, is there? It's just, it's worked for you so far. Why change it until you fail? This is just stock standard. They finally get their hands on the Dragon Knight that's been banned against them a lot. So that is the choice.
And in the mid lane,
Aside
Laurel
from standard
doing,
stuff.
honestly, better than I was expecting. This is a miserable matchup against the Quap, especially when you start maxing out the Shadow Strike, which is the case so far. Level 3 on that for mid 1.
Double jump does help quite a bit.
It does.
But it's still hard.
Quap is just a melee dominator at the end of the day.
And hang on, did he go Bondage or he went Bondage? Okay. I think this is a game where you could have maybe considered Masochist, but I forgot who talked about this. I think it might have been Gunner saying that the reason you take Bondage is half of it is because of the Blade Mill Reflect, the other half is so you don't have to bother with damaging yourself. It's just so you don't have the other one.
Right.
Because this is not a game that seems like crazy good Blade Mill to me. So I think he's not gonna... I think he won't go Blade Mill. He's just gonna have this facet and not really use it for much, so that he doesn't have to have Masochist. Level 6 now on him. And he's gonna use it immediately. TP bot.
Damage with the cogs. Yatoro basically out of mana here. Spear misses though. Boom. Gonna get help with that Sonic Wave of Disruption to slow things down. As Yatoro's gonna
Lotus?
get the Lotus now from Panto, and he's actually gonna live.
What?
And boom. He's the one that almost dies actually to the illusion of Yatoro.
And that
Despite being a 3v2.
that wasn't even the cleanest disruption either. He already took half of the Sonic Wave damage, and they still live there. Power Rune time. Laurel, unlucky for him, not bottom. He would have taken it in front of mid one and started fighting him. He has to do the trek up top. He'll still get it, though, I think. Nope, never mind. He won't. It's going to get stolen here. Covered by Yamich.
Yeah, Haste Rune, that is big as Collapse trying to fight it out. Gets the Firestorm kill onto Kaori. And now Crystallis in a 1 versus 2. Collapse looks like he's going to be fine. So he tries to get back in here. Gets another right click off and one more Shuriken for the road. That's 2 kills in the top lane for Spirit.
Love watching Rue play Bounty Hunter. He's very, very good at it. It's the little things, getting the spam out on the Shuriken, getting the right. Like, identifying correctly when you can fight in that lane is not obvious. They barely scrape by and get both kills. One of which was, of course, the first blood going the way of Collapse. So he's going to be off to a very nice start. He's actually tied with Queen of Pain for net worth.
Yeah, Mitch trying for it. Panto with the
double
nice
wisdom.
disruption. That is a huge deal.
Shannon, you know me. I have a lot of games on Clockwork.
Yeah.
This hero sucks without levels, okay?
Oh, I thought you were just going to stop there. As Panto, he will eventually pay the price, but it is well worth it. Yamich still level 2.
He barely cracks 3. Narrowly level 3 minute 8 here. It's going to have to go back to base.
Yikes.
Yeah, this is a totally different ball game than some of the previous games we've seen, because in my eyes, this is the first time in the series that Spirit are actually winning the early stage. So we'll see if MOUZ can stabilize when... I mean, we're definitely on the same page here that we think a big part of MOUZ's success is that their supports just have giga impact every game. This one, it's going to be tough for Clockwork to find the same level of impact, I would say. He's trying his damnedest, though.
As mid one picks up the damage rune, so Panto.
God, easiest curse of my life, man.
Self-disruption.
Oh, okay.
Even a Sonic Wave used.
All right.
Okay, well.
Well, he died.
He did. And then some. Yamich is going to be happy with that extra XP that he gets. Meanwhile, Rue, sitting on level 5.5, almost has track.
Yeah.
And that is when things can get scary with a bounty support on your team if you're able to rack up these kills.
The good news for MOUZ is that Spirit don't inherently have the best, like, killer lineup. It's more of stabilizing, not losing your lanes, and then afterwards in the mid game you can start scaling up. You don't have, like, burst heroes or traditional stupid combos with Bounty Hunter like Tinker. Obviously, that has just changed a lot since Tinker doesn't have heat-seeking missiles anymore, but still a good pairing. Just want to... You know, some heroes take massive advantage of the vision, and they don't really have any of those. We're going to make some nice stacks here. Wonder who's going to take them.
Look at this level advantage in the top lane. Collapse level 7 right
those
now.
2 kills, it's just big.
That is
And
very
TK not
nice.
even 6.
Went for the 1-1-4, by
Yep.
the way, on Collapse.
It's becoming more and more standard.
Dominate the lane here. As Root spotted, but there's TP support. Laurel, he has the Rolling Thunder. They get the connection. Mid one, stunned again. Do they have the follow-up? No. Yamich will end up getting traded out, but the Ancients will be the ones to claim him. So they get the bounty and essentially get away.
They definitely had a Clockwork kill there 100% if Laurel committed to that instead of the Quap, but he found a nice path through the cogs to try to actually chain stun the Quap all the way down to killable, but wasn't able to fully do it. Yeah, this... Oh, slightly missing it. Oh. Look at the run, though.
That's some juicy illusions. Enjoy that pizza, Underlord.
I forgot he had a taunt.
Yeah, it's one of the best.
Nobody plays Underlord, so you never see it.
That's true.
What's this? I think this is the 5th game of Underlord, the tournament, actually. It's been somewhat run, but not won anything, really. I think it won 1 game.
It feels like one of those, it's just solid. Obviously, the auras, if you're wanting that, that's one of the main heroes you look to. I always look for the Aghanim Scepter, Cinder, you know me. But it's always a later type of item, later stage item. But that global presence can be enormous. Yamich still level 4, close to the 11-minute mark here.
Yeah, these supports have almost no kill power until Shadow Demon is level 6, so they're actually both watching a 4 o'clock hit the tower and they can't even stop him. It's pretty unusual.
At the very least, they have track.
Yeah.
Side of Spirit.
Tower is under attack.
And this feels like a game in which Yatoro will get fun. I don't think the Dire lineup really stops Abaddon from progressing.
Yep, it will be the cookie cutter Radiance into Manta into Blink.
Yeah.
Looks like mid one is going Blade Mail after all, by the way.
Oh, is he? Yeah. Well, maybe it's still good enough. The main thing for me is there's no like inherently obvious like main burst that you're gonna reflect.
Boom. But he's tracked up, gets a spear. Fiend's Gate placed though, so collapse on the way. Not even really needed. The pit ensures it. And back he goes.
Just comes to collect some track gold, and he's gonna leave again. What a life. Yep.
And remember, we've been begging for Boom to play Mars in this series so far, so finally gets the chance. He can have a repeat performance that he had in that lower bracket finals.
Worth maybe thinking about already if this were to go down the stretch here this game. We had Panto get very farmed on a Disruptor and get Ags. Shadow Demon this game.
Yeah.
Very good Ags game. That could shift the balance in this matchups that we've been talking about, the Abaddon versus DK. Having Aghanim's Purges against Dragon Knight and Mars will be very welcome for Yatoro later, as he will have to do a lot of the damage. I'm curious how Underlord is going to itemize after auras. If he's going to try to scale.
Boom again, getting gone on. Rue was just biding his time. Nice Arena is going to block off Yatoro.
Well,
Still a lot of damage done, as on the other side, Chrysalis kills off Collapse. A big kill for MOUZ, and Boom gets away. Rolling Thunder inside the cogs. This will be a support kill at the very least. Not the exchange at Spirit we're looking for.
they used the Golem up top to get the kill on Underlord, and that's going to lead to a tower. Warlock DK. Nice and easy. Rue. Oh, he didn't get the double.
What an annoying hero.
It's a bit too far to the right. He might have actually run him down if he hit the Shuriken twice. So what you want to do there, you want to line up behind the Mars so that when you throw the Shuriken on the creep, it passes through both ways. But he only got the singular instance of damage, and that is not enough to finish the kill. And MOUZ also successfully managed to, well, barely, I guess, defend their mid tower. It's pretty close to gone, but they take the top. Wisdom's coming up. Let's see if this time MOUZ can get at least one. They're doing a very good job for losing both Wisdoms,
Yeah.
to be honest. Like, their supports have managed to find impact. Yamich is still level 5.
Yeah, no hook.
Minute 14.
That hurts.
So,
Now that they're going to be smoking up to make sure that they get their own Wisdom Shrine. Rue spotted, spear, and with the DK here, that is the death of
they
the bounty.
are leaving nothing up to
Yamich is like,
chance.
oh, hook shot!
Probably, looking at his face, that seems like that was what he was saying.
Hell yeah, I have an ultimate.
Very animated and energetic.
14 minutes.
I wish my teammates in my games would do that when I'm like, guys, I really need the second wisdom. All right, let's 4-man smoke. Be lucky to get one.
Laura
Boom.
opening onto Boom. Kaori in the area, and see the Fiend's Gate now collapse. Has that pit with the Firestorm. That's a kill onto Boom again. And if you're an Underlord, getting good usage out of this ultimate early on is huge. Goes right back to the lane, but nowhere to go now is a hook shot. Yamich showing him, hey, I got my ultimate now, bro. Collapse will fall. So
Nice
good
curse.
rotation here from
Yeah.
MOUZ.
Good curse, good curse.
True.
Must be nice being Underlord, getting good use out of your ulti to immediately die upon return. He could have stayed
Yeah, they
mono.
know they know where you are. They know where you're going.
There goes that tower. So just a matter of time. Will mid one get the deny? Oh, that was actually very close.
Yeah, close game as well.
Yep, seems about right.
Yatoro's got the Sacred Relic, though, and pretty damn close to finishing the Radiance. And Chrysalis on the other side. Mask of Madness, Armlet. And will be Blink afterwards. Not that far away either.
Yeah, considering he died in the lane, he's still top net worth.
And this hero is just bonkers these days.
It was interesting to see during the tournament that some teams kept you know, running Dragon Knight as higher priority and then not finding the results. And then in their later series, it fell out of favor. Sometimes we went ignored in the draft or got banned like phase 3 or whatever. MOUZ are overall first picking that hero.
Yeah.
And same with Huskar. They just have their thing.
Oh, nice hook shot from Yamich trying to disrupt this combination, but Laurel should be able to get off the Rolling Thunder. They get the stun lock on the mid one, a huge kill for Spirit.
The cogs worked against him there. Gave Laurel a bounce. He needed something to get a restun off of, and Yamich was just that. Yeah, he did some good damage. Blade Mail and Scream, but no Sonic. Had he got off the Sonic wave, that could have got really interesting.
And Yatoro showed up with the Radiance, gets some nice kills there, and can go back to farming away to his heart's content. Meanwhile, Collapse, do they spot him? They do. Gets off the arena as he blinks away onto the Shadow Demon. That is the deletion of Panto. Collapse under the cover of the pipe. Nice. Golem coming out with the Fatal Bonds as well as Collapse trying to get out of these cogs. Just slowed to a crawl, and there's the big Sonic Wave from mid one to finish the job as Laurel has to swashbuckle away. Doesn't want to pursue apparently, but you can see the tracks and shurikens are starting to add up.
That's good for MOUZ. Underlord down, buyback on Panto. You're going to lose the tower because you used all your resources, but I kind of wanted to go here anyway, so I think you're happy with that. You'll let it go. Trying to get a trade even mid one, but needs to be careful.
The stun coming out from Rue. Can they set anything else up though?
They need the Underlord alive, I think.
Frack with the Shuriken. No. Hookshot actually misses. Now the Rolling Thunder will miss as well thanks to mid one. Gets bounced away by the cogs.
Power rune coming up. Looks like MOUZ are very much trying to control that for mid one. Empty bottle and almost out of mana, really wants it, but Yatoro will cover the top side.
Yes, indeed, he's coming for you. Dragon Tail onto the bounty. There's the Fiend's Gate though. Yatoro focusing on Kaori. That is a super easy kill. Rue will bite the dust as well, so a 1-for-1, but Crystallis is the one that's completely stuck. Yatoro finishes him off, and now Yamich, left all alone, will be shield crashed to death. 3-for-1.
It's kind of ironic thinking back on the...
He went through that twice.
Yeah. It's kind of ironic thinking back to on the overall history of this tournament with how Shadow Demon has been doing very poorly in terms of win rate, but he's one of the best supports against Dragon Knight, who has been super prioritized and had insane win rate on carry. You look at this Shadow Demon stats, they just look atrocious, especially on Dire. My god, 2 wins. But you saw there, you Demonic Purge DK, you can disrupt against the Dragon Tail. Hero doesn't look so scary anymore. Mid one.
Gonna set something up here. Track into stun. There's the disruption. Boom. Trying to counter initiate. Gets the arena off onto 2. Mid one with the Sonic Wave. Has to try to blink out, but the Shuriken is coming for you and finishing you off as Rue will be laughing all the way home. 40 seconds down and out.
He's getting a lot of gold. Went for the Vessel. Obviously, a awesome item here. DK, you're against Warlock Heal, Mars, Quap Bondage. A lot of value to this early Vessel and Bounty Hunter. One of the best heroes to buy this item on. You're always part of the fights, so you're going to get the charges consistently. You like the health that it gives. You like just all the stats are real, feels good. Now it's Torment time soon. Starting to go to the gate, our Spirit. That's a tough area. This is where MOUZ's lineup usually just feels super confident, is to take that type of fight. But again, this adjustment from Spirit in their lineup might make them even think twice about contesting the Tormentor. You don't have Sonic Wave, you don't have Arena, and sure, you have everything on Warlock, but the auras and the saves, SD and Abaddon, just not even going to go here, not going to bother.
Let's see the Bounty Hunter one. Let's get the 50-50. We do. Okay.
I wonder if they would rather have had the SD, actually.
I don't care what they want. I want to see Friendly Shadow.
It becomes particularly strong when you hit level 15 on Bounty. When you take the right talent for damage reduction, it also works on allies.
Attempted TP. And he...
No.
Oh, the stun at the last moment from Rue out of the Shadow Walk. Maybe overhyped that one a bit.
No, Laurel just jumped the wrong way.
Oh, I see.
I was like, is he getting out, actually? But Hit one.
Radiant's middle tower
He's in a sentry. They could track him now.
Yeah.
They get the vision up there.
Yeah, Mitch looking for an opening. Rue.
See him. Oh, did he?
Sentry upon sentry. Pit of Malice onto 2. The Rolling Thunder as well. Mid 1 blinks.
That's a
It's
short
a baby blink though. Now he's going to get stunned again
Oh,
by the
mission
shield crash
failed.
and the swash. Mid 1 is dead. Neutral creep kills Yamich, but the bigger kill, of course, onto the mid laner of MOUZ. And now the pit available. And Team Spirit should be able to get this. I mean, there is a Warlock with ult.
You can't fight him. This is why best of 5s are so interesting. You know, like, teams truly get tested in how deep their pools and their knowledge and their ideas are. There's a reason that Spirit have won a lot of tournaments, and you're seeing it in front of your eyes right now that the adjustments that they have made from what they've learned over a couple of games. I mean, this is just a very clever way to approach Game 4. And MOUZ, in this series, inexperienced in this position. Like, they've just not been this far behind in a single game. So, they gotta dig deep. They've had this lead in the last game, almost lost it, but still clutched it out. Now Spirit with the big advantage.
Yeah.
Warlock gonna meet some friends up top, or I say friends, there's only one.
He has friendly Shadow, Cinderin.
Yep.
He could bring friends with him if he'd
Could
like.
have. Well, I guess there's always the Underlord friend that could join.
That's true.
Yeah, I think Rue quickly saw him there from Fog. Just for a brief moment, he could get the vision, and he's going to go and look for tracks now. This fight is done before it starts.
Rolling Thunder, Fatal Bonds is already there. Shuriken. Kaori's just getting hounded by Rue. We'll just assume he's going to get killed off, although TPs, so now it's just Boom left alone. And look who comes through the gate. Panto helps set up that disruption into the pit. And that's the dead offlaner now for MOUZ. The Spirit getting everything in their favor at the moment.
Yeah, you were saying in the green room that you think Bounty Hunter is trash.
Yeah, I do.
So what do you... Two things. First of all, how does it feel to be chronically wrong?
What do you mean chronic?
And secondly, why do you think it turned out good this game? And has it won you over at all?
No, it hasn't.
Okay.
I don't care.
So Rue is just God, and
Yeah, he's just really good.
he's making it work on a trash hero. Got it.
I mean, I don't think there's actually any trash heroes. It's just
Okay.
the games that we've cast, it has looked unbelievably underwhelming. I mean, we saw mid one. Was it mid one that went mid this this last series?
Yeah.
And they lost, but he
Yes.
looked a lot better.
Yeah.
You know?
We've had a couple of good Bounty Hunters.
It does feel kind of polarizing, though.
Yeah.
Yamich already swashed to half HP and will be killed off easily.
Force Staff no good against Shadow Demon. And look, Sound was talking about this in the coach interview. We can just send a Baton to push side lanes with ulti. He has Aegis as well, which, you know, makes it that bit easier. But he's soloing a tower minute 24.
Yep. Yeah, how would you go on this guy right now?
I don't know.
Being
He
able
has,
to
he has Dagger, so
Yeah.
you need to layer your stuns really beautifully during the borrowed time to not give him a moment of opportunity. I think you and I both agree that that's going to get nerfed.
What, the blink?
I think blink during Abba ult.
Oh, come on. That's so cool, though. Kaori has to cancel his TP.
How does it feel to be chronically wrong?
Ask your mom. Kaori gets killed off by Collapse.
I mean, she only made one big mistake, and I'm living it every day.
I mean, I think it's so unique that you can't get rid of it. Nice spear, but this is on Yatoro. Ult will eventually pop here, mid one. I mean, you're going to want to pop it at some point. There we go. Yatoro just cleaning up the cogs. Now we'll back away, can blink at any time.
10K minute 25.
I mean, I say if you don't like it, Cinder, and you nerf him in a different way. I think
Okay.
that one is too
All right.
unique. It's very, very cool.
I like the general approach to balance, but there's a few instances where I think something is like just too conceptually silly. That's one of them for me, but it's all good.
All right, well, Crystallis, with this next item, the Daedalus, is going to start really packing a punch. Mid one, though. Half HP already.
wow.
Slowed to a crawl. Gets inhibited by the Diffusal Blade and killed off. So another track kill goes the way of Spirit, and this is where the Bounty Hunter can really shine.
The map is very small. You don't know at all where the vision is. That's one of the terrifying things about playing against Bounty Hunter when you're behind, is that you start seeing ghosts. It's like there could be a ward in any sort of random side lane next to your towers. So in reality, if you're MOUZ, you probably have to go for teamfight moves with smoke and just brute force this, and then if you lose them, it is what it is. The alternative is that you're going to keep losing on farm. Like, the Spirit have access to way too much information. So if you hit your stride, if you hit any sort of item timing, we'd really love to find it. I think the Daedalus on Chrysalis is just going to be the go time. He's about to finish it up now, 100 gold to go. So he'll get one camp, and then I'm imagining we're looking at a 5-man smoke.
Another cancel TP. Root is just all over the place. And Laurel will be able to come in and take the kill.
And they're worth so much more than usual, these kills. Like, your frame of reference for how much it matters to die as Warlock there, every kill is worth, on the supports, it's like double.
Do you think for Bounty that you want the enemy to get on a killing spree so that you can get more money? The innate is useless otherwise, Cinderin. You're playing a hero without an innate.
One of the most underwhelming innates in the game, for sure. Yeah, when they handed those out, some were created less equally than others. And see Rue going for the Lotus.
I will
Very
say,
good item this game.
Their lineup doesn't really cater as well as it may have in the past with the friendly shadow, like with the usual Mar or the usual collapse type heroes. But now that Yatoro has the Blink and Orchid, you could theoretically set something up.
I mean, regardless, the 30% damage block is just amazing.
Oh yeah, now, is he at that level yet?
He's closing in. He's close to level. He's 14 soon, and there's a Wisdom here. There's 2 Wisdoms. It's this has been here the whole time.
Huh. Okay.
Well, the second one will go to Bounty Hunter, because now
see that every day.
Shadow Demon overtook him. Yeah, 15 seconds until next Wisdom.
Oh, Chrysalis. Burning by the Radiance. Yatoro blinks in very aggressively, gets Dragon-tailed inside the cogs. The Pit of Malice on the 3 heroes with the Rolling Thunder of Laurel. Mid one has to blink away. Chrysalis has to stand his ground, though, and there's the Mars Arena. Chrysalis, you got to do more damage than this to be able to... They get the nice spear, though, into the Sonic Wave, but the Disruption blocking a lot of that damage. And now Yatoro could continue to fight if he wants. Boom, first to die. And now MOUZ on the run. Laurel, another inhibit. Kaori looks to be the second to fall for MOUZ at the footsteps of their base.
And they have...
Despite having the Daedalus, I mean, Chrysalis just doesn't feel like he's packing a punch right now. Maybe the mischance from the Radiant?
There's a lot of things. There's Mischance, Crimson Guard, Underlord Aura. All of these things add up. And yeah, Shadow Demon doesn't have the shard yet. When he purchases that, which I assume he will at some point, then you also have that against the Fatal Bonds. So it's going to be that, Aphotic Shield, the Lotus Orb coming for Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, that's true.
There's so many dispels that hero is also solved for seemingly the first time MOUZ actually get countered on their Warlock on like a 15-game streak. The true
They were just waiting for this pivotal game to bring it out. So that's a lane for Spirit. They back away safely with a 16K net worth lead. Mid one. I mean, does it feel bad to go for Lotus on the Quap?
Yes. That definitely feels bad. But I understand where he's coming from. He has to tank up a little bit. He needs the armor against Pango and Abaddon. He needs the Dispel against the Root from the Underlord. I guess you could buy BKB for a similar purpose, but...
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot to dispel, for sure.
Yeah, that's the problem is, sure, you're going to have that against the Abaddon Orchid, but then you have to wait for the Orchid. If you Lotus something else, you can still Orchid.
True. He's found out, but again, Laurel's there with the Rolling Thunder. Mid one gets the Sonic Wave off. Only hitting the 2, though, is Yatoro looking to play. And Chrysalis, well, he's just trying to right-click from afar, but not doing too much as Collapse in the midst of all of this. You know, nice spear coming out from Boom, but where's the follow-up? Yamich just gets destroyed. Laurel, Crimson Guard still there. Gets disrupted as Chrysalis is going to try to kill him off, but no. Blinks away to safety. Yatoro now on the run. Gets speared, though. Does not have his ultimate to work with. That's a huge kill for MOUZ now. Can they get the cancellation? No. So it's a 2-for-1 for MOUZ as Chrysalis. He was kind of blocked off for a majority of that fight, but...
It started fundamentally differently from previous fights. The numbers advantage and the way that Chrysalis was just able to play the entire fight more or less freely makes a big difference. They finally are able to string something together there on MOUZ, and the extra good news is they didn't even have Golem, so could potentially still think about another fight as soon as the Dragon Knight hold this up. But yeah, look at the damage numbers, right? It tells a clear story here. This time you enabled everyone, but DK was just AFK fighting the whole time, and I think if you're Spirit, you got to be a little bit more on top of that. Make sure to threaten him when you can. Or move the fight, right? That was like the dream spot. DK was just holding the high ground and picking one target after the other.
Collapse has a BKB now.
Yep. Another good item for the game. I thought he was going to buy Lotus over this, to be honest, against DK, Quap, and the Fatal Bonds. But now that he is going the BKB route, I think you don't go Lotus anymore. You go for something bigger, and he's queuing up Shivas. They're going to rely on the Lotus from Bounty Hunter and the Aphotic Shields. They think that's going to cover it enough. Still would like to see Panto by Demonic Cleanse. Feels like a good spell this game. Bonds, Quap Dagger. Even just the heal itself is nice. Like, these fights are quite long. So you're likely getting that value out of it. Roshan spawning in 5 seconds. Both teams quite wary of this possibility.
Yeah, MOUZ were probably a bit unhappy to see this kind of a later spawn.
So he did put the friendly shadow here onto Panto. I don't think he's going to make use of that for a backstab stun, but you never know.
Never know.
There's one on Pango. That one more likely to be used. Does that actually proc? It doesn't proc with Swashbuckle, right? You break Invis first. Doesn't matter.
Very aggressive at the pit of MOUZ onto 4 heroes as an Aghanim Scepter. Yatoro already has to use his ult though, but now the focus right now onto Chrysalis. Spotted the BKB in the Dragon Form, but he's just getting control. The Mars Arena comes in too late. Chrysalis is dead. 80 seconds of no DK, and now Yatoro and company focusing down. Boom. The Sonic Wave a little bit too late, as 3 members from MOUZ already dead, and this is going to be a dieback on your Warlock. And Team Spirit now in commanding control. They can go for Roche, they can go high ground, they can do whatever the hell they want.
There is that major adjustment from the last fight. We're talking about it. Don't let DK free fight. And they just instantly drop everything on Chrysalis. He can't fight his way out of that. He doesn't have a Satanic. So you're likely to be successful when you just drop all of it. Abaddon blinking into 5 heroes. The Underlord Pit comes through with the ult, and yeah. Pango as well, doing some good damage, applying minus armor. This is probably, oh, it's guaranteed second lane. I wonder if they're going to try to go for the jugular.
Yeah, they cannot go for the Megas. Always that one pesky tier 2 remaining. They're going to play it safe.
Yeah, they'll take Roche. I think this is the overall better choice. So perhaps you could have pulled it off, but why risk it? Get yourself another huge advantage.
Mid one.
And wow, speaking of mid one, has he been quiet this game overall? He has had so many insane games this tournament. Seemingly, whether MOUZ win or lose, mid one has always snowballed early. 2-4-4 this game. As you see the replay here, what a beautiful pit coming in, and a second one. And yeah, Chrysalis just has nothing to hit. His two targets that he even gets to attack are Abaddon, who he can't kill, and a BKB Underlord.
Yeah.
Like, he's not doing any damage.
Oh, the Underlord Ags is so disgusting. So filthy, Cinderin. They actually do not commit fully for Roche. It's at half health. And Rocket Flare continuing to scout things out for the MOUZ side.
The call here might be, we have 2 lanes of racks, so if we just wait long enough, they have to show. So they're going to keep throwing Shadow Poison in here to aggro Roche and get him out of his pit. And in just 20 seconds, he's going to leave. So, yeah, this Roche is going top. And now Spirit.
Want to try to punish this mid one, gets initiated on. Gets stunned. There's the roll-up and the kill. They have the connection. Beautiful layering, but in the meantime, MOUZ had other things up their sleeve. They get the spear onto the Underlord. Yamich with the nice cogs. Collapse, gets the PK. Well, he's trying to run away, but does finally fall in the end. But now reinforcements have arrived for Spirit, and this is going to be punishing against MOUZ. 3 dead, just like that. Now, Boom, gonna get some help from Chrysalis, gonna try to fight his way out. Rue gets forced staff to safety, but the crit takes him out in the end. Now, Boom, attempting to pursue. He's just getting killed off by Laurel. An ultra kill for the Pango. And now that is the DK against the world. Chrysalis, including his own illusions, fighting him off. They're just kiting him. Orchid applied. Gets the BKB, but the right clicks are going to be too much. That is a full team wipe for Spirit.
Backs against the wall, down 2-1. This is when you want to come alive. Laurel is currently 12-0-13 on Pango,
Dire's middle
playing one of his best games of the entire tournament, at least in terms of stat line. Just everything going right. And you can see on his itemization, when you get that rich on Pango, you get the luxury of going an item like Shiva's, which is very impactful in this game. Yeah, this wasn't even perfect for MOUZ in the layering. I thought for a moment Collapse was going to live, because they layered the hookshot and the spear. But still, they got him on the way out. It just took so damn long. These heroes are going to come through. But you can see how much they respect the Dragon Knight in the tail end of this fight, that they kept kiting him in a 3v1. Like, they can't just go in and face him head-on without a Photic Shield and a Baton ult.
Feels like MOUZ have just been a step behind this game. Fight will break out, a couple heroes die, and then they get a good spear, or then they get a good Sonic Wave. It's just...
Yeah.
Everything aligns at the beginning. They can take one of these fights, but now it's going to be even harder with a 24k deficit. But the hook shot, Yamich trying to steal, but Yatoro gets the Aegis and gets the kill. Did Yamich steal anything? No. Well, that's unfortunate.
He stole Collapse's strategy, but
Well,
he didn't implement it correctly.
Yeah, the execution a bit off. Good attempt, though.
Oftentimes that's how it works when you steal a strat, though. You're not as good as the OG, you know? Collapse will... Can send him some tips later after the tournament is over. This is how you steal Aegis, buddy.
Now they have Assault for the Underlord.
Even this Clockworth death timer of 45 seconds is actually quite valuable for hitting high grounds. Yamich has, with very little in this game, done what he could to set up fights on MOUZ's terms. So having that out of the picture is already nice for them. And yeah, you can see how this game has changed quite a bit over 20 minutes. I don't really agree with them having 14% on the Dire, but perhaps with some wombo combo landing fully.
The double spears, Cinderin.
Yeah.
I think they could potentially... I mean, I think that's... Yeah, maybe it's a bit high. But there's still a way here for MOUZ. Just has to be perfect execution this time. And Spirit playing it safe, just waiting for a straggler. If you can get a pick off, it's going to make things that much easier. They're scanned out, though, and that's going to mean Chrysalis will not go any further. That would have been his death.
But this is the luxury of having Underlord in this game state. It's kind of like playing with Prophet, that you're never worried about lanes. Collapse can just go and take care of the worst lane, and he can always travel to you with his ult. He's now level 25 as well.
What is his 25?
First hero of the game to reach 25 is Underlord.
Huh.
The Pit of Malice root.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely the play.
0.4 seconds now, up to 2.2.
Yeah, it takes all the pit talents, only 2, but...
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the Gleipnir. Is that too pubbish, Cinderin?
I was looking at it too.
It's crazy. But, I mean, he'd have to get rid of Boots, I guess. Or the Ags. Oh, he does have to zoom Blood Right, so... I mean, on top of all that, imagine the possibilities.
Yeah. You can almost fill up a screen with 2 pits
really,
when you have Gleipnir into Zune.
Yeah, it's very...
Okay, Ori.
Goodbye!
Okay. More track gold.
That's 50 seconds. That's kind of a big deal here. Yatoro was busy farming his BKB. That is a very late game BKB. So 9 seconds of immunity here.
Yep, just more counters to what MOUZ have. Maybe this will make them hit high ground. 25 seconds on Warlock. They didn't really bother with the Clockwork. Nope, they're still... Oh, maybe.
Warlock is a bigger deal for sure. There is the opening, but the spear onto the Abaddon. Still has the the borrowed time and the Aegis. You got to burn through quite a bit if you're MOUZ. Collapse did have to use his ult, though.
This does line up quite interestingly with Dragon Form, though. Because when your ult comes off cooldown, you have a 20-second window without Dragon Form. So maybe that's what he's trying to poke here away from Chrysalis and then immediately want to go again when you have your ult. Could be...
Oh, he's going Divine.
Possible angle. Yeah, I don't
think he'll get there.
It's possible, 2K. Any good fight and you have
sell Armlet?
Yeah, you could even sell an item, then you almost have it.
Yeah, he might.
Yeah, I would like that, actually. Yeah, I think sell Armlet.
Oh, but that's a Panto as Axe. We talked about this early game.
Yeah.
If you get that on the DK, Chrysalis just melts.
Yeah. He's going to lose so much armor and so much mobility. It is nasty for sure. Yatoro almost 25 as well. That's going to be more damage. Going to take the Curse of Avernus, 65 bonus attack speed, which is insane. It starts at 40 on level 4, so it more than doubles it.
And there's Roche's banner. They're going to force the issue here. Yatoro, well, the reflect on the Lotus. Laurel gets off the initiation onto mid 1. Looking for the stun lock. No follow-up yet. Mid 1 has to blink away. And the siege unit still alive. Yatoro's going to continue to tank the tower. What can MOUZ do here?
They have to break the
30
banner.
seconds on Aegis, so...
They have to break the banner.
Spirit,
Okay, they will. They're left.
back away. Yeah, playing it very safe. So the Aegis
Yeah, it'll
not going to be enough to get these megas. And that's going to provide some very valuable time for Chrysalis to get the big item, which is that. Wait, what did he get rid of?
He sold Mask of Madness over, which makes sense because you want Satanic, but that also means you're playing without lifesteal for now. It's going to be hitting like a truck, though.
Okay, this is going to be the surprise tactic, MOUZ. Chrysalis is going to hit super hard. Rue. He's going to be the recipient. They're going to see it now. There's the pit, though. The initiation coming in from Collapse. Now the focus right now onto Chrysalis, trying to right-click away onto Yatoro, but he's super fine. Sonic Wave not doing too much, and Chrysalis is just stuck here.
Nice
Getting
rapier,
bashed
bro.
into oblivion. The Divine Rapier hits the deck, and Yatoro will claim it. And Team Spirit will claim game number 4, and that means we're going the distance, baby, in this grand finals.
And I think all we can conclude is if you have a rapier, don't fight there.
Or I thought you would just say, don't fight.
That area is cursed, whether you're OG or...
Wiggity bop. Good luck, gentlemen. Game 5. Let's get it on.
Good God, how does that, the way we start game 5 here in the grand finals of PGL Wallachia Season 6.
It was a good guess. It sounded very Romanian. Good job, Slacks. You've definitely immersed yourself in the local culture. That could have been a lot of different languages, but definitely not Romanian. So it was a good try.
Very good attempt
But
from
it's all
Sirac
about the
Slack.
spirit, Shannon. It's the spirit of what he's trying to do. A lot of the time, it's about putting in the effort, not what the actual result is. Slacks has definitely gone the journey. Not
Yes.
sure which journey, though, but it's all good. Yeah, what a series this has been, and what a game this shall be as well. Adjustments aplenty again, and you could hear from Immortal Faith in the coach interview. He was like, I'm not really sure how this is going to go for the first time in the finals, which is possibly a bad thing. There's some pretty big change-ups here. They're putting Chrysalis on his Monkey King carry, which he got famous for, but hasn't really played that much here. Boom on Timber. You got mid Slardar for mid 1 instead of his, you know, Quaps and the like, you know, the Tempo Storm. So it'll be different.
Yep, it will. We'll see how that affects him. But this hero, the Slardar that is, has been extremely powerful in this mid lane. Being able to use this river to stay alive in the early game. But on the other side, you see the DK. We usually see it as the carry, but Laurel picking it as the mid lane here.
He's always been very good at this hero. He's been a rock when playing as DK. Curious to see how the lane is going to go in the matchup in general. Obviously, Corrosive Haze, one of the best ways in the game to remove a lot of Dragon Knight's armor. But conversely, he's one of the few heroes that doesn't instantly die when hazed. So it kind of works both ways. But it also means that in the lane matchup where Slardar against most melee heroes wins courtesy of high physical damage, DK has way more staying power. And I think Laurel will do okay. I still don't expect him to win against Slardar. I don't think he's going to get stunned. This is the more concerning lane for me for the side of Spirit. Monkey King Jakiro, talk about a bad lane for Underlord. This can get very tough, and Rue has to be clutch.
Yep, Rue playing the Ringmaster, so he's going to have the box save this time around. And, well, they have a second save in the Panto Tusk, so decent amount at their disposal this game. As Collapse getting harassed out a bit. And once Chrysalis starts leveling up, especially that level 3, Collapse is going to have to be extremely careful. This might just be a lane where you know you're going to lose it. You're just trying not to lose it super hard.
Yeah. Speaking of this lane, Crystallis is probably going to be in trouble with Valve after this game because one of these two are true. Either he stopped having Dota Plus or he's on a Smurf. Because he's Bronze Monkey King, and that is definitely not true. I've seen him play plenty of tournaments as Grandmaster, so something is up here.
Uh-oh.
Maybe he's been smurfing the whole tournament, and that's why MOUZ
Maybe
is so
he's the stand-in. Take off his mask. Who is that young man?
It's Yatoro playing for both teams.
Wow, what a beast. Now, dual breath. Not going to catch Collapse. We'll be fine here. So, the panel talked about how MOUZ have perhaps the advantage early game. I mean, what do you think the ebbs and flows here are for both sides?
If I had to give an edge to anyone, I would agree. I think Timbersaw should do fine up top, and it's mainly the bottom lane. That's where the difference is at for me. That one is just inherently very Monkey King favored, so if the other lanes are draws, then you are pulling out ahead, and you can see Timbersaw is doing quite a bit better than Underlord for now.
Well, he'll steal the water rune. He's going to take some heavy damage. So the crush actually hitting both heroes. Panto staying alive just a little bit, but no, it's going to be first blood one way or the other. It is Yamich taking it home. Mid one, the miss comes out, and he is fine. And now Laurel being pursued with the blood grenade. Yamich is going to die one way or the other. Going to try to pursue this, but under the cover of the tower, it's not going to be enough. Laurel will live through the day. Meanwhile, Kaori continue to right-click Rue, and he's going to tick out eventually. No, the fairy fire. So Rue will barely survive.
That was inches and then inches again and again. But they do get the kill with Blood Grenade on the Slardar. He dies from, I think, the last tick. And both Laurel and Rue survive on a beat stick of health.
Just
now.
TP back.
Oh,
now he's taking an absolute beating. Oh my goodness, that is super bad for the MOUZ side. He's going to have to walk back.
Uncharacteristic for this tournament from mid one, a costly misstep. And keep in mind, so many of MOUZ's games, he is like the prime engine behind their successful early games is his rotations. And now with back-to-back deaths in mid, he's going to fall significantly behind the DK, who's going to hit 6 at a good timing, and perhaps you could triple down on killing him again, maybe. At the very least, he's got sprint.
Yeah, it's
so
something.
He can make it back, but this is a good start for the side of Spirit's mid lane.
While Laurel is going to be fine. TP just in case from Rue. We'll see if mid one can try and bounce back here. I mean, how is this hero when coming from behind in general, would you say? As Crystallis chasing Collapse at the moment with those Jingu stacks. It's forcing him out for the time being.
I think Slardar playing from behind largely depends on the success of his carry. Because if you have a good, a good user of Corrosive Haze, then you still offer that, which he has in the Monkey King, so that's the good news. We've had drafts in this tournament where Corrosive Haze has been like very much so secondary for the hero. In those games, if you have a bad lane of Slardar, you offer a lot less. Collapse.
Good pit.
He'll probably live here, but he is not having a good time.
No. Yeah, we'll have to walk all the way back to base. Does have the TP up though.
But I also think as far as this mid one thing goes, I think it's more important about his mindset rather than the theoretical way this goes for Slardar. You've had a really long day. This is your game number 8. You've had a tournament with countless games, and you've been in similar positions in almost all of them. That's what's been so impressive about him for me this tournament, is that he's barely ever lost a lane, and when he has, it's been marginal. But this time, he's significantly behind, so can he stabilize and not get too carried away with the negatives? It's important. We've talked about this on previous casts. I think one of the players in the world that is the best at this is Laurel, where when you lose your lane, he finds ways to find impact instead of overcompensating and going for YOLO moves because, oh, I have to come back through something crazy. He looks at what can I do, who do I need to play with, and then uses the tools at his disposal, and that's what you got to look out for here. It's also not a travesty, right? Like you're 400 behind DK, which is definitely not good, but it's
it's more the idea that it could very well snowball.
Yeah.
But Collapse getting some help from Rue to be able to get these stacks.
Oh,
Ice Path
nice
cancels the gate play for Panto rather.
Is he gonna get that?
No, not
Close.
in time.
Nice
now
try.
they know that there is a sentry. Meanwhile, Yatoro, attribute shifting. Rocket Barrage doing quite a bit, and of course, Boom has the Chakram as Yatoro turns right into him to try to get away. We'll be fine here. Rue again TPing to try and support. As mid one actually showing up out of nowhere. Twisted Chakram's going to slow him enough that mid one will just have to get the hell out. Is level 6 though, has the Corrosive Haze. And that's the one hero we haven't really talked about too much is Boom on the Timber Saw. Horrific win rate. But how do you think it fits in?
Oh, this didn't even cross my mind. You get Twisted Chakram as Morph if that's Timber's facet.
Yeah.
So you have all 3 spells. Maybe Boom shouldn't have taken that facet. That actually changes the equation quite a bit, right? Giving Morph that extra spell?
You think so?
Radiant's
Yeah, the other facet is not bad either. The one with the splinters from the Timber Chain. It's a good hero for Morphling to turn into. You're going to want to be Timber a lot of the time because of the added mobility, and it's also how you kill Timber. You turn into him, you use his Whirling Death against him. It's kind of interesting. I wonder
middle tower is under attack.
if Boom even considered that much in this situation. Laurel, gonna get a full tower. Minute 9, nobody's defending here. As Wrath a loss.
Radiant's middle tower.
Will show his wrath on the mid tower. Fun fact, Kezu is from Monster Hunter.
Kezu?
The nickname Kezu is a monster in Monster Hunter.
Oh, really?
No, yeah, that's where he has his nickname from. Of course, that guy can think of an original thought, which doesn't surprise anyone, so
True.
we'll take that from that game.
Catching strays at the grand finals, that's always good.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do? You should have found other friends if you wanted nice people. I bet he's listening too. Like, actually, it's not with capital Z in the game, so something totally different.
And now he has to worry about the new hero being confused with him. Kez,
Yeah.
Yamich,
Good
find
shot.
Panto, Boom. Might try to go for this. No.
There's nothing to snowball on, but oh no,
Toro in the area.
he
and
pulled the creeps
no
over.
more. Okay.
Cute little play.
Now Vlad's online for you. Toro can farm a lot more efficiently. And mid 1, still, I assume this is going to be a first item Blink Dagger, but nowhere close to it at the moment. Oh, that's really
Can he
nice
not reach
shards.
them?
What?
Well,
That was
still-
beautifully played. It doesn't matter. But that was really nice.
All right, that's a bottled Arcane Rune for mid 1. Not really sure he's going to put this to any use, really. But have to say, looking at this game state, the player I'm most impressed by the game state of is this. Collapse Underlord being level 8, minute 10. They've done a good job stacking for him. He's out-leveling the Monkey King, which is kind of insane when you think about it. But if you do all this stacking and it is protected, you can get yourself a game. This was a big part of the pick as well for MOUZ, so that has already... I'm not going to say it's failed, because obviously you've enabled your Monkey King to have a good start, but definitely not where I would expect to see Collapse at 11 minutes in. Tied with the Slardar.
Yeah, MVP Rue taking his time out of his schedule to get those stacks up. Panto, level 5 right now on the Tusk, about to hit level 6. In terms of the support levels, nobody's struggling too much. Yamich level 5 at the moment on the Gyro. Good attempt on the shards, but actually the TP canceled, so they actually were going to try to go for that.
Do you think, knowing these two teams and how the tournament has gone so far, do you think this is going to be just overall, as a Game 5, slower?
It usually is, right?
Because generally speaking in tournaments, Game 5 is usually the slowest, but part of me feels like MOUZ are just not going to let that happen because their team DNA and the way they've played the entire tournament has been so exceptionally...
Yeah, you don't want to go
20 to
against
30
what
minute
has
heavy.
gotten you here, I suppose.
Right, and playing for late game against Spirit generally is just not a good strategy. So I am expecting to see them play faster, but this has been rather uncharacteristically slow for MOUZ. But of course, they're also playing some different heroes. Like, you got Yamich on the Gyro this time. You're playing Timber instead of some sort of offlane stun. Timber, by all means, can put a lot of pressure and look for kills, but
I was going to say, both of those heroes are super good at fighting early.
they have a lot of damage, but they don't really have what it takes to kill Morphling most of the time, which was the lane matchup that they had.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess it's just kind of natural that we end up in this position. And I have to say, 20 minutes in, if the goal is even, I think on average that's just going to be better for Spirit. Suits their overall pace better. It suits their hyper carry and Morphling better. We didn't talk much about Morph against Monkey King, but I consider that a great matchup for Monkey King late in the game. You can easily get out of Wukong's command. You're one of the heroes that can burst MK.
Yeah. Yeah, you get the Jingu if he has Shard. You
Yeah,
get the
absolutely. You can
the
turn
nice
into
Boundless, extra mobility. Yeah, he's got some good options for sure. But it is a bit of a slower hero. See this hero become an absolute monster in the late game. Depending on who plays it, I suppose. And the Dragon form. They want to pounce here for Spirit. Get the Dragon Tail onto the Timber Saw, but he's a little bit too far from the rest of the team. Looks like nothing will come of this, but I say that. Chrysalis has joined the party. Call down is applied with the Wukong's command now. Wheel of Wonder, he's hypnotized. That is a dead Chrysalis, but it's a trade for Laurel, a 1-for-1. Yatoro slowed to a crawl inside this Macro Pyre. That's a lot of burst from Boom. Double kill for the Timber. They're gonna be able to get this canceled. They canceled it once, absolutely. That is another dead core for Spirit. All three, in fact. The only remaining members are the supports. And now Rue, with that Corrosive Haze, is going to get crushed. One more death and one more kill for MOUZ.
Immediate value from the Slardar Blink there as well. And what a perfect situation for MOUZ that the DK Blink stun onto Boom comes out as he is Timber chaining away. So the projectile actually ends up following him to the target destination, which seemed a little bit like chance, but boy, did that help them. You're going to see the replay here. He's already at the
Yeah, it made it a lot more awkward for Spirit.
Yeah, because you're committed into this position. You're already in the middle of the area on DK, and Chrysalis comes in to help. And here you have no choice but to stand and fight. You're not getting out of this, so.
And the fact that Chrysalis dies pretty much right off the bat, and the MOUZ clean up easily after.
And it's such a good time to fight because this is before Crimson Guard. That fight looks a lot different if Collapse has Crimson, because then you're keeping the Morphling alive. And perhaps you can either play your way out of it, maybe you can get a kill. And yeah, you can just see the chase down potential. These two heroes just non-stop going to be running them down. So MOUZ, unsurprisingly, catch their stride at this point of the game.
Yep, still 1K lead.
They're 2.4K up in the off lane.
Oh, that's true.
So in the other positions, things are looking good for Spirit, relatively speaking.
Yeah, so how much can Boom do in this game? Yamich. He's going to tank the gank here. Boom. In the area, though, they're going to try to turn this around along with the Wukong command. They actually break the tree with the Fiend's Gate. Beautifully done from Collapse.
Oh, they still
trying
got
to
him.
turn it around onto Chrysalis, but Yatoro has already died. And now Chrysalis, he was trying to go through the gate for just a moment. Now he's going to fight his way out. The Jingu stacks keeping him alive. Tries the mischief. Last right click is enough from the DK as Collapse. Dragon Knight does go through the Fiend's Gate in the end. Collapse not going to be so lucky. A triple kill for mid one.
And now they have Crimson Guard. So 2 fights in a row MOUZ managed to take in this narrow window before that key item comes up. And another death on Yatoro has really been knocked off his perch here. Now all of a sudden, Slardar in second place.
Yeah, what happened?
That is quite the recovery. The dagger.
Oop, he gets the bottle on the regen, but the Wheel of Wonder, he gets hypnotized. Is it enough damage? It looks like it.
Regen?
Oh, gets off the regen, but now that's wasted in the end too. So a nice kill for Spirit.
Yeah, great recovery from mid one, of course, as we mentioned. So, well,
God, you're
immediately,
so powerful.
I'm starting to actually, over time, I might believe that I have an impact on this. It's like,
I mean,
the statistical evidence is
usually
mounting.
I'd say confirmation bias, but I think we can all agree that this is something.
Happens all the time.
Yatoro stunned up. Do they have the damage though? The waveform away, homing missile on the way. He looks to be fine.
wait a
Although Boom is
second.
there with the Chakaman and Twisted Chakaman.
Oh,
It's
beautiful.
enough! Yatoro dead again. That's the 3rd death for the Morphling as Boom has completely taken over this game. Chakram now. Nice dodge from Rue. Boxes himself as well. Very fancy plays, but in the end, you're still dead. Double kill for Boom, and he is 5-0-4. My goodness, this Timber has taken off.
Wow, this is such an important kill. They catch him. He tanks the homing missile without Morph running or attribute shift, and Boom finds the perfect angle to connect all of the spells just enough for that kill. Yeah, as you said, Boom is looking awesome in this game, closing in on the Lotus Orb. That's going to help him against the Underlord Root. It's going to help him against DK Stun. Lots of value, and we're approaching the 20-minute mark ever so slowly now, where MOUZ will be more than happy to fight for the Tormentor with their lineup. Great place for Monkey King as Panto. You're not playing your way out of this one, I'm sure.
Well, they're actually continuing to scan in the
Sister
top side
Shroud.
as well. This will be a death on the Tusk. eventually.
Good try, but just a matter of time. So yeah, 20 minutes coming up. You're going to be fighting in that area. You have Monkey King, which is doing very well up there. Timbersaw has tons of trees to play around the Tormentor. You've got Corrosive Haze. A lot of nice advantages for MOUZ to play around with.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing concerning for MOUZ, which maybe, I mean, if the fights continue to go this way, they're going to be happy, but Chrysalis is definitely suffering a bit. Bottom net worth of the cores. He's dying first in these fights, but, and he does have a Diffusal, so it's not like he's going to be able to get super duper farmed with this build, but he can fight.
Yeah, for sure.
Dragon Knight with the Wheel of Wonder.
Easy kill. It's just a 5k Ori, though, who already got the D ward, so I think not too bothered with this. Are they going to try to turn it into more? They are posturing like they're smoking, and they are indeed. Plenty of Dragon Form left, but the Amp damage rune is gone. Now, if you want to kill Timbersaw, you better nail it here. They could be 5 heroes in this play with the Underlord ults, and they will.
Got the Lotus. Dragon Tail to start things out with the whip. And now the knife on the back gets the Timber Chain off. TPs are coming.
Oh, this is
Snowball. It's going to be close. He's dead. Big kill for Spirit. They needed it badly. It's going to cost them Panto at the very least. But the Dragon Tail Laurel, they're going to be able to kill off Chrysalis as well. 3 dead in the blink of an eye for MOUZ. And now mid one on the retreat. Oh boy, we're in for quite a treat in this game number 5 if it continues in this fashion.
It's so important that Yatoro can turn into the Timbersaw. It's the reason he dies. I thought Timber was going to get away with that Lotus, and it started looking really awkward in the tower dive. But if we get a replay, look at that pure damage. 500 damage from Whirling Death onto the Timbersaw with 2 casts. So pay attention here. Look, I thought he was going to be safe. I was like, if you're going to go for this kill, you better nail your spell casting, because he's a tough nut to crack. There's the Lotus, he gets away, and now Morph going to follow through with the chain into Burst. And then also, as you mentioned, Dragon Knight finding the reinitiation just before the Wukong's command comes out.
Chrysalis has just been, it's just been a rough game.
Yep.
Super rough game. Been dying at the beginning of these fights. Panto gets the shard, so Spirit. It might cost them Collapse, though, trying to go through the gate. They have enough damage.
That's well worth it, though, because this was a shard that MOUZ were meant to get.
Yeah.
So if you're willingly sacrificing a core for this, it's completely fine. The Tormentor in itself is like a 3.5k gold swing, so pretty massive for them to grab. And Spirit now with the ever so slightest gold lead. But considering just a few moments ago it was 3k for MOUZ, this has been good news for them. Now Wisdoms are coming up. Anyone going to be able to hit a breaking point with this on levels? Laurel would get level 15, I do believe. Yeah, he will. So he's going to grab it.
Yep, 21
Right.
coming up.
Fights are brewing.
Boom. Tries to get the initiation, but Laurel gets the dragon form off.
They'll let it go.
They will give it up, though.
Okay. Didn't feel like they were in a position to fight. They were 5 heroes available for this. Oh, actually, never mind. Collapse didn't have ulti or TP. So he couldn't have made it there. So maybe the right play call to let that go. A nice call from MOUZ to grab it.
And this will buy a little bit of time now for MOUZ to get this BKB for Chrysalis. Desperately needs some sort of survivability in these fights. He's about 700 away from finishing it.
They're not waiting for
Laurel,
it, though. They're
I was
going
gonna
in.
say, the inhibit upon him, but the BKB from Laurel wants to fight it out. Nice Lotus. And his Collapse is there with the Pit of Malice, but this looks more like a retreat from Spirit.
Yeah, they burnt their DK, BKB, didn't really get anything out of it.
Has been killed.
MOUZ,
You counter the
need
smoke
to
play,
find,
though, so
they
that's
need
not
to
too-
find some space for Chrysalis to farm. I mean, is this less of a concern than I'm making it?
I mean, since the other 2 cores are doing fine, you can be behind on Monkey King.
Oh boy. All right, where's Collapse at?
Yeah, well, he's near.
He's a waddler this time, though. Doesn't really have that blink. He does have a
Yes,
force staff, though. Will he attempt it?
Nah.
Call down. Oh, he thought of that.
Not
Chrysalis.
this time.
All right, that's his survivability item, the Aegis. And Collapse. One more pit for the road. We'll be able to get back.
Do you like the Aegis on MK here?
I mean, you could make the argument, yeah, for somebody else.
I kind of like it on all 3 cores, and I can't decide who I think it's better on. I think if you were to put it on Timbersaw, Boom can just YOLO into any fight, because he's so hard to kill once. So the second kill will be almost impossible, and in that sense, you're making space for Monkey King that way.
Yeah, I think the Timbersaw makes the most sense to me. The hero that is, I mean, it's not like you're going high ground or anything, so...
Yeah, he's going to hit the
About to hear
BKB
what
now,
about
at
the
least on Crystallis, so with the Aegis he can guarantee it on the second life, but how valuable is that second life is the question.
Yeah, I mean,
Compared to a Timber... I mean, Timbersaw is the guy carrying right now.
100%.
He's doing the damage, not you, so...
Well,
This means
we'll
Boom has to be careful not to overstep.
I mean, what's the items here for Boom? Looks like
He's
Shiva's
actually
first.
lowest damage in his team on Monkey King.
Yeah.
Lower than
I
Jakiro.
mean, are you surprised?
Maybe a little bit surprised that he's below Jakiro. But
Really? I mean, based on the fights that we've seen, I'm not
suppose.
surprised at all.
Yeah. He's been targeted a lot.
Yeah.
I think they've done a good job with Spirit, especially considering the lane matchup he had.
Radiant's bottom
I don't even know what odds I would have given you that Monkey King would be 6th in net worth with this lane matchup at 25 minutes. It's very uncharacteristic.
Yeah, it's been a rough patch here for Crystallis in this game 5. I mean, that
Fortunately for him,
Fiend's
there's
Gate-
going to be a new patch very soon, as we all know.
Yeah, of course.
Any second now.
Okay, Ori. Not the Ice Path. Yatoro's in the area, turns into the Monkey King. Crystallis pops the BKB and the Wukong's command.
These Jingu
Lose
stacks.
the Jakiro, though. And yeah, Crystallis can kind of go to town here. Panto locks himself in the shards nicely, gets the blink off. Might be okay. Crystallis cannot cancel this Fiend's Gate play, so... Well, in the end, it's just a Jakiro dead.
Yeah.
That's the first BKB usage from Crystallis.
Yatoro turned into the Monkey King and beat the crap out of the Jakiro and got Jingu stacks. So, that's another little play. Actually gonna smoke here, our Spirit. I think this is gonna be very unexpected for MOUZ. There is no Underlord ult. So this would be a 2-man kill on the Slardar. Actually,
Oh, he's
Collapse
in
will
this.
connect now.
Oh.
They don't know at all. He did not walk toward the sentry. So he's gathering key information now. They want to fight.
Oh, gets the crush off to start things out. Laurel with the blink, Dragon Tail. Now Panto with the punch, but the Wheel of Wonder again. Crystallis is just taken out of this fight completely. Mid one has to BKB, but more in a defensive measure is Boom. And try to contest this box as Yamich taking the right clicks from Yatoro as they try to find their distance. Laurel spotted thanks to the Corrosive Haze, but he gets the blink off. Everybody's juking and jiving in this fight. As Rue, he's no different. Gets off the horsey, but the Twisted Chakram again from Boom. The call down as well. Mid one there to finish the job. So 2 supports dead for Spirit. Still 2 minutes left on this Aegis. Not much more to gain though in that fight.
It'd be cool to get a replay of that. I think the Wheel of Wonder from Rue actually missed on the Slardar. I think he was so close when the fight started that Wheel of Wonder has a minimum range. And I think the minimum range ended up so far behind Slardar that he couldn't whip it into it. And therefore, Mid One got his BKB off. That is a totally different fight if he gets hypnotized. I think Spirit actually pile on him and kill him. And who knows what would have happened, but as soon as Mid One gets the BKB off, he makes a ton of space in the fight for the Timbersaw. And again, Boom with another free engagement. Nothing really threatening him for now. Morph will get there eventually.
bottom tower is under attack.
Dead even game though.
Yeah. Oh.
Nice combo.
Yeah, I was going to say, you do have to be careful of the Fiend's Gate breaking these trees. We've already seen it once, but you also have to be careful of your own team, apparently. Friendly fire on that.
I think Boom was just making a statement. Remember who's carrying you.
Yeah, that's true. I should have taken the Aegis.
Yeah.
They might not even use it here. 30 seconds. They'll get the tier 2, though, which can be considered a win here. And Crystallis is working on the Desolator.
Dire's middle tower.
So they're going to have a lot of minus arm between that and the Corrosive Haze. Dead even game here. Game 5 of this Grand Finals.
I'm a bit surprised to see the Deso first, actually. I thought he was going to rush Scotty against Morph and DK. There's the replay. So pay attention to Slardar here. The Wheel of Wonder is going to come out now, but the minimum range is that far behind. So you can see he's just outside the AoE when he lands here.
I'm surprised that he even hit Crystallis, honestly.
If that hits Slardar, that's such a big difference. But instead, MOUZ end up cleaning up a couple of kills. 28 minutes on the way. See if Rue wants to, or rather, Panto wants to try to steal. No, he was posing like he was going to go down the left side on Tusk, but
What the horse happens here?
delay voice. Okay, Shannon. Please stop talking. Collapse has asked.
Sorry about that. So Rue's dead, right? That's actually a pretty good angle. Who's creeping around the tree?
It's a good facial expression here on the ringmaster.
More of a Slark voice, but you know.
That jaw is actually unhinged.
It is, literally.
Yeah, that's unhinged.
All right, they're ready for Rue to die. Does have box. Yeah, does not have vision of this, so will be a surprise crush. Toro working on the BKB, a recipe away at this point. Spirit probably want to delay things until he can grab that.
And turns out you were wrong again.
All right, good job, Rue. Really good as Laurel trying to counter-initiate, gets the Dragon Tail. The Fiend's Gate's on the way as well. Yatoro wants to fight despite not having that BKB. Laurel already popped his kind of prematurely. Yamish will be taken out by the Firestorm. Boom, pursuing one other on the sideline. And they're actually going to be able to take out Rue.
You were right.
Finally, a 1-for-1, support for support. And boom, wants to keep fighting. Timber Chain. That's a lot of damage onto Collapse. A lot of pure damage to deal with. Collapse slowed to a crawl, and the crush will finish him off. Nicely done from MOUZ, but Crystal is caught off guard again. He's dead to Yatoro. He's gonna take the full Shivas and the Chakra, but he turns into the Timber Saw. But the Macro Pyre upon Laurel at the last moment, and the burst damage is just too much to withstand. When anytime you think one team has an advantage, the other team brings it back.
Just very quick responses overall, and obviously MOUZ are going to recognize this ward must be there with how Crystal has died, and they're right. They'll get rid of it, get another response. This game is all about Timbersaw. 8-1-8 on Boom. In these fights, that was part of what made this Underlord pick a little bit spicy, is this is one of the hero's worst matchups. You take so much damage from Timbersaw across a game, and you still opted for it. So you saw in that situation, Collapse pays the price. He has to itemize against Timber. You're going to need a BKB this game to stand your ground in fights. And Yatoro isn't quite there yet on the morph to truly overpower the Timber. It's going to take a while before he gets there. Even 30 minutes in, you can see Boom just too far ahead. They're not overtaking him anytime soon. Atos closing in on Gleipnir. Level 20 talent. Wonder if this is a game he could have gone Ags. Doesn't really feel like there's much on the Dire side to really deal with it.
Yep, the Timber Bomb is pretty good when there's no dispels. So this is a free tier 2 now for MOUZ. And there is the, I would say, pretty damn late Desolator.
Yeah.
But the good news for Chrysalis is he's moving up the charts. He was dead last in net worth for the cores. Now he's second to last.
Second shard.
Yeah.
For the side of Spirit, that's a 3k swing. And back to base we go. Not interested in sticking around at all.
Yeah, just taking this away is a big deal. The Spotlight, I mean, for the Vision we've talked about before, but no illusions to come from the side of MOUZ.
Now BKB on your Toro. And there's a BKB in the quick buy of Collapse as well, along with the Lotus. So I think he has bought the plate mill and it must be dead on Courier or something, because he's missing that in the quick buy.
And an energy boost.
And the energy. So he's committed, right? He just has to finish that first before he goes for the BKB. It's going to help him. The armor is definitely going to be nice against MK and Slargar, but in the last couple of engagements that he's died, it feels like Timber has done more than half the work, and Lotus does not help all that much against it. It can be okay for the Dispel against the lost stats, but look at that. Like, that's a good death summary.
Yeah.
But it is...
They have a good spread of damage on this team, I have to say. A lot of magical between the two supports. You got the minus armor and the physical from the Monkey King and Slardar, and then the pure from Timber. Hard to itemize against all of it.
As soon as you get BKBs, though, during that Timber Saw does 0. So if that is the primary concern of your lineup, if Timber Saw is carrying the game, at the very least, you feel like when you hit BKBs that you stand much more of a fighting chance. Because for those 9 seconds, that hero is just not in the fight, and perhaps you can pop BKBs and just kill his team. You don't have to worry about him on the cores, you just pretend he's not real. So that might be what Spirit are thinking. Of course, the Underlord one is very far away. There's the Lotus. And they aren't going to smoke here. 50 seconds until Roche is up. They don't know the exact spawn timing, of course, so covering their bases. But this smoke is kind of obvious, considering the mid-wave is hitting their tier 3 tower. MOUZ should be well aware of this. And yeah, Crystallis already spying from the treetops. Now, can they get the wrap? No, they're just going to stay up there.
Yeah, a lot of wasted time here, but setting up for the eventual Roche.
Bit of a game of chicken, this.
And just missing Kez.
I feel like Spirit aren't going to go up there at all. They'll just start pushing mid like this. Cut the wave with Morph. Underlord TP back to base, and he can gate to the fight. So now MOUZ maybe in turn will be the ones to try to make a move on the other side. But there's wards.
Yeah, 5 seconds.
They know where Yamich is. He's going to sentry and walk forward and instant
blinks out
D-ward.
instantly. Dragon Form is already popped by Laurel. There's the initiation. Boom, gets stunned, but that's a reflected one thanks to the Lotus Orb. Wheel of Wonder is there as well. Can they blow up? There's Timber Saw. The Wukong's command is there as well, but no. Boom is dead. You're able to get the buyback, though. If nope, he's actually down. Crystallis, BKB trying to apply all this pressure to Laurel, but staying alive. Gets the blink off just in time. Force F is nullified completely on the Slardar, but they finally get the crush and the bash to follow. Should be enough to take out the mid laner of Spirit. Now Yatoro inside as that Timber Saw. Going on top of Kaori now. This will be a freebie. 2 for 2. Will this fight continue? Yamich blinks in, gets that gem back in his inventory.
It was actually a 3 for 2 for MOUZ. Panto bought back in that engagement. They need to spend so many resources to kill the Timber Saw. It looked promising, but you're setting up a full Wukong's command, you're allowing Slardar free reign in the fight, you get a good call down. All of these other big spells do get implemented in the fight, but yeah, definitely a good showcase of just how ridiculously strong Timber is there, that Spirit had to use 5 heroes for a good 10 seconds to even kill him the first time. But they do get through him, and Yatoro is fancying his chances against Roche now. 45 seconds before he's tired of living here. Got a good offer on a condo on the other side of the river, but...
Understandable.
Yeah, it's always greener on the other side, except when it's the river, it's bluer. Actually, I don't. Maybe the water is greener on the other side. Well, it's probably the same. Who cares? It's dead.
Yep, very interesting conversation. Yep. Yatoro gets the Aegis. They have Roche Banner as well. Spirit, despite being down 5k right now, going to have that second life on their carry.
Do MOUZ want to do this now?
Look at
Do
this.
they want to do this into Aegis Morph?
This is some balls.
Panto?
Boundless Strike to start things out with the Wukong's command. Panto dead instantly.
No buyback on him. They know that. So this is a 5-on-4 for a minute.
There's a Wukong's for that, though.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too much to expend to really commit to high ground now. Mid one almost has Ags.
That's good.
Nice progression for him as well. He's now created some serious distance to the Dragon Knight, almost 5k ahead of him. Just these last couple team fights that Laurel has died have pushed him down. You can see in the past 5 minutes he's gained 2,600 over him. This tower's gone.
Yeah, and this will give him the Ags that you talked about for mid one. Has that AC, extra minus armor with the Desolator on Crystallis. These supports are going to suffer hard for Spirit if MOUZ are able to get the jump.
Radiant's bottom
Yatoro in the meantime.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Is it a casual Crystallis here into the butterfly?
Yeah, looks like it. Well, it looked like he had everything in his quick buy, so maybe he'll just let the gods decide. I don't know, what was locked as buy first? He has the...
It goes in order, right?
Yeah, so it should buy the... Yeah, okay. All right.
Got quite a bit of net worth in his backpack right now, I have to say.
He's already playing without boots.
Yeah.
And this is a 4K unrealized net worth on him right now. He would love for no fight to break out for the next 1,000 gold so he can get the talisman and really unlock his hero. It's a pretty big change. It makes the matchup against Slardar and Monkey King so much better. To get that evasion. Neither of those heroes really interested in buying True Strike in the game.
Yep, that's
Monkey
true.
King has queued it up, but I think he would rather not. But
it's
his hands
ironic
are kind
that
of tied.
his namesake, Monkey King, doesn't like to buy Monkey King bar.
It's okay. I mean, the item is almost never the best unless the enemy team has evasion, right? Which is fine. That's how it should be. But it comes at the expense of not getting, say, some other bigger damage item or more stats. A butterfly of your own, perhaps, could have been nice against DK Morph. A lot more survivability in the Wukongs with that as well. Oh, there it is again. Dazun Blood right
One
for
with the
collapse.
crush initiation, but Yatoro turns into the Slardar. They're trying to catch it, but the BKB will allow him to get away. But they find the connection set onto Yatoro. That is life number 1. They blew him up really fast, and now Laurel forced to use his BKB. Yatoro finally pops his golden item, tries to right-click away to his heart's content. Wheel of Wonder is placed, but Yatoro now has to retreat with that attribute shift. Crystallis now. Well, the Crimson Guard being used to full effect for Spirit, but now look at this. Yatoro is all alone, completely isolated from the rest of his team. That is a full 80 seconds of no morph.
They just have so much burst. And look how everybody's contributing. Look at the bar chart on the left. Just so much damage from all 5 heroes of MOUZ. Nice spread and a huge kill. And that was obviously the BKB of Timbersaw as well, which has now once again changed the game drastically. Now I feel like you can't kill him actually during it. I don't think Morph is gonna get there for, yeah, maybe for the rest of the game. You have to focus other heroes.
High ground attempt for MOUZ. Trying to take this Game 5 home to be able to be grand champions here. Gleipnir being showed by Boom. Fortification popped. No more for 30 seconds, so how much damage can they do? Is this just delay tactics from Spirit, or will they actually try to fight without Yatoro? Melee barracks exposed here. Call down to create some space with the Wukong's command. They're going to take this and run in all likelihood. Crystallis very happy with this.
And Spirit are not going to get anyone on the way out, leaving them no openings.
13K lead now. Look
Mission
at this. My goodness. Sheepstick.
Hex on Gyro.
Wow. So look at this inventory and tell me this is Gyrocop Blink 4-staff sheep. What?
And no shard.
What? Okay.
Not really the normal support Gyro to play without the shard. That used to be default buy at 15.
Yeah.
But
Well, they probably would have had it if they got any of these tormentors.
That's
The
true.
Spirit has taken
I
both.
was hoping to get it for free.
Well, the next one should be up soon. And they will have all the map control in the world. What can Spirit do to bring this back?
They have to try to find a fight where Timbersaw does not become the target. That's the main thing. The last couple of fights have mostly been either Slardar initiates or Timbersaw becomes visible. And both of those are not the right conditions to fight under. If you could somehow find a smoke where you jump with the Dragon Knight and you kill Jakiro or you kill Gyro, and you play around it and build the fight up, potentially you get out of the Wukong's command as well with your cores. Maybe that could be a thing, but that is a big upgrade to get Aghanims on the Jakiro.
Yeah.
At the same time, Yatoro has finally finished his butterfly. He would have liked to have that 5 minutes ago. But so many deaths this game. The 4 on Morph slowed him down significantly.
Smoke from Spirit. There is a damage rune on the top. I don't think either team has vision, though. They're heading towards the pit area. Obviously not going to be up for quite a while.
It's going to be Boom. They see. Oh, maybe KO.
Dragon Tail, but it's reflected.
reflect!
And now the Dragon Knight is melting.
Oh!
Down goes Laurel at the start of this fight. Now the Wukong's command for the Monkey King. And now the Gleipnir actually hitting several heroes. All the focus on Yatoro, but he waveforms away. Mid one in full combat mode. Gets the bash. Rue is certainly dead here. Will box himself. Meanwhile, a bigger kill onto the south. Trying to go through the Fiend's Gate. Do they have a bash? Do they have any stun? No. Somehow Collapse gets out. But still, 3 dead for Spirit. And MOUZ will certainly try to go high ground here.
Boom wants to win this tournament. What a godlike Lotus. He got the Lotus off at the exact time the Dragon Tail came in, so Laurel wasn't even ready to pop the BKB. He effectively killed himself by stunning Jakiro. They 100-0'd him during that.
That was unbelievable timing.
It was really fast. You see during that stun, he kills him himself.
Yeah, pretty crazy. And this is going to be a second lane at minimum. MOUZ pushing the envelope here. Pushing Spirit to the brink in this game 5. Second lane secured. Do they back away completely? You can see Roche will know in 30 seconds. But if they can secure that, I mean, I don't know how Spirit defend, which means Collapse is going to just has to steal an Aegis, you know?
Yeah, the real baller move is stealing it with Fiend's Gate. Just coming in.
It's like a super delay. Oh, MOUZ sitting pretty, 21K lead. In this tournament, they started with 2 stand-ins and now have 1 as Crystallis finally joins them. And they might win this tournament, Cinderin. What a crazy story. It's not over yet, though,
They're
Spirit.
1 fight away. I mean, if the last couple of fights are anything to go by, Spirit haven't had anything successful happen
No,
for
it's
it.
not
Feels
been
like
remotely close.
15 minutes, they've lost every single engagement, so they gotta find a different hero once again, but it's just, Boom is just gonna be a brick wall. He'll just stand where their smokes can connect. He doesn't care if you go on him.
Oh, the Dragon Tail is successful this time. Walrus punches well. They're trying to counter-initiate, though. The Macropyre is doing so much work. The Snowball, they're trying to save Yatoro, but he's dead already. 2 dead, in fact, for Spirit. Attempting to TP out is the DK, but that is not going to happen. 4 dead. It's going to be a full team wipe, and MOUZ might have just done it.
Don't think initiating on Timber was the play. But
And he
again,
lived after all of that. I mean, there wasn't a Lotus this time.
It was a 5-on-1 for the first 3 seconds, and he still didn't.
Crazy.
Jakiro almost top damage in
And
the
they're
fight.
just going to go for the win right here, right now. MOUZ.
It
With
is
that crush of mid one,
over.
the GGs are called, and MOUZ have won PGL Wallachia Season 6.